The Milwaukee Bucks have let us down, Mars. They are fool's gold. And there's rumors on the streets that if they don't get it together this year, Giannis might be walking out the door or force his way out the door. But as of right now, the Milwaukee Bucks aren't doing too well. Last night, they got chokeslammed by the Memphis Grizzlies, 122-99, and they just didn't look good, and they haven't looked good all season. At this moment in time, Mars, they're 1-4. The only win came opening night against a Joel Embiid-less and Paul George-less Sixers team. And since then, they've dropped games to the Nets. They lost last night to the Grizzlies, and they just look terrible, stinky, trash, with an emphasis on ass and trash. Talk to me, Mars. How do you feel about these guys?
I tried to overlook every flaw on this team and just wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt with the talent they had and a year of continuity, and they added pieces that would have theoretically made sense in Torian Prince and Gary Trent, ignoring all the clear holes that they had and the fact that they still didn't have a perimeter defense and the fact that they had the worst coaching duo in NBA history. I tried to ignore all of that, and I put them fourth when we did the power rankings, thinking they'd be the fourth best team in the league, like come playoff time. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I've lost whatever little faith I had in this team. I don't like their bench. I don't like their starting lineup. I don't like the fit between their superstars. I don't like their effort. I don't like their energy. There's nothing to like. Like, if your team's not making shots, that's fine. That happens. But the lack of energy that the Bucks play with is just majorly concerning. Like, they aren't good enough to not hustle. They aren't good enough to not crush rebounds. Ja Morant is on the floor. There's three players around him, and none of them are trying to get the ball. None of them. No one's diving on the floor. No one's trying to get the ball out of Ja Morant's hands. They just stands around, watch him, and then he throws a lob sitting down. Like, that just can't happen. Then they start making a comeback, like a fake comeback in the second quarter. They get a rebound. Giannis is in transition. Bobby Portis runs to the corner. Giannis finds him. He airballs it. Like, those things can't happen. You can't be on the middle of a run and then you just have Bobby Portis doing his terrorist impersonation. It's not good. Someone said it. Ja Morant had a whole highlight tape from one game. Like, that's disgusting. Just watching the Bucks is disappointing. I think Giannis played well. I think Giannis is the only one on the team who played well, if I'm being honest. Gary Trent is not a point of attack defender, but I was trying to tell you guys he's not a good defender to begin with. Torian Prince isn't much to write home about defensively. Bobby Portis is one of the worst defensive bigs in the NBA, and I'm seeing Doc Rivers play him at the 5 in certain situations. That should never happen. Pat Connaughton is not an NBA player. Damian Lillard was egregious last night, which is unacceptable. Damian Lillard has to play better. That can't happen.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was bad.
For those of y'all who don't know, Dame probably had the worst game of his career. Like, no cap, no lie. Dame, he wasn't there. He, like, physically he was there, but production-wise, mentally, spiritually, in whatever capacity, other than his body being on the court for 32 minutes, he was not there. Damian Lillard went 1 for 12 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3, scored 4 points, and 2 of them came at the line.
I mean, you're the Bucks guy, Bucks and 6 guy. That's what you are. You believe in the Bucks over anyone. What's the belief level right now? What's the belief level?
So the belief level is as low as it can be for a high delusional guy.
Oh my God. Okay.
So I'm still high on the Bucks, but it's as low as it can possibly be for as high as I am on them. I still believe in Giannis. I still believe in Dame. Chris Middleton's not there, so that gives me a little bit of hope.
He'll fix everything. Facts. He'll fix everything.
But I don't know if I want to start pointing fingers at everybody. I don't know if I want to point fingers at Doc. I'm actually not too mad at the fit right now between Giannis and Dame. Yes, Dame had a bad game last night, but we have a whole large sample size, a big career of Dame balling. So I'm not going to jump off the cliff over one game.
Mm-hmm.
But Mars, I don't know. It's so many things with this team that you can point at. And it's just like outside of Giannis, it's kind of it gets tricky over there. And the thing about it too is I'm not that mad at Brook Lopez either. From what I've seen with Brook's been all right this year. It's really everything outside of Giannis, Brook, and Dame. And like, I don't know, that it's just weird on defense. Like, my thing is, how are you guys the worst perimeter defense in terms of just guarding the 3-point line? And you have Giannis and Brook Lopez down there. You would think that since they have some decent rim protection, you just run everybody off the 3-point line.
They do the opposite. They overhelp on everything. Oh, now it's just my okay, no comment. They overhelp on everything. They're playing defense like they did. What was it, 3-4 years ago? But they actually had like good perimeter defenders who could close out. Where they're willing to give up threes, but they're trying to shut off the paint. But the issue is now no one on their team can close out. So you got guys going to help in the paint when Brook Lopez is already down there, and now you're giving up open threes for no reason. They're just overhelping. That's the problem. For reference, Bobby Portis, when he's on the floor, is a negative 31 net rating. He stinks.
That's crazy.
I've been trying to tell you guys for a year. He stinks. Like he's just not good. He's just not good.
Bobby Portis too.
Nah, but because he averages a double, whoever he averages, 13 and 10. Oh, he can't be bad. No, he's terrible. Bobby Portis cannot be playing as much as he's playing. He stinks. So yeah, Bobby Portis has to be better. Well, no, Bobby Portis has to be traded. Pat Connaughton stinks. Who else they got on their bench who I'm not really liking? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate their starting five. I don't like it.
I don't either.
But the bench is bad. Like the bench is really, really bad. So that's my biggest problem. Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, DeLon Wright, I haven't liked. I don't know. Maybe they got to get AJ Green out there more. Maybe they got to play Marjon more. I don't know. But Pat Connaughton and Bobby Portis cannot play. That's just where I stand on this situation. They cannot play. There's no reason for them to play, and there's definitely no reason for them to be playing over 20 minutes a night. There's just no logical reason why you would do that. So that's my biggest problem. If they can trade Bobby Portis for something of value, I might be a little bit higher on the team. If they can change their defensive identity to stop overhelping on every drive, that would give me a bit more confidence. Everything else, I think they're stuck with. They're stuck with Damian Lillard defense. They're stuck with Gary Trent defense. They're stuck with Taurean Prince. And unless they fire their coaches, they're stuck with Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham. So all I can say is get rid of Bobby Portis. That's the only real help I can provide. Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton. They have to go.
Yeah. And once again, too, so like you had mentioned that you're really not too mad at their starting five. Mm-hmm. Which quite frankly, and I was saying this in the summer, I like Taurean Prince and Gary Trent next to Giannis and Dame and Brook. But keep in mind, too, when Chris Middleton comes, one of them will go to the bench, which will facilitate a better rotation off the bench. Now, with that being said, though,
go to the bench. You know how Darvin Ham gonna be campaigning for his guy to start. So yeah, it might be Gary Trent. Might be, yeah.
With that being said, that brings more of a spark off the bench. But man, I just don't know if Giannis can carry this group of guys if everything is going against them. If it's flaws all around the court. Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton minutes. Doc Rivers just doing whatever he does in La La Land coaching. You got Brook Lopez's deficiencies and just mobility deficiencies. And just overall, like, it's a lot of patches in this team. I don't know if Giannis can just drag these guys. And it's the same thing I say with Nikola Jokic too. Like I have to be consistent. If I say Nikola Jokic can't drag these guys with Michael Porter's deficiencies, Jamal Murray digressing or regressing, and then you got Aaron Gordon, his deficiencies too. If I'm keeping that same energy with the Nuggets, I got to keep the same energy with the Bucks. As good as Giannis is, I don't know if he could just throw that team on his back. Well, I'm not even going to say I don't know. He definitely can't. 100%.
Can they miss the playoffs? Genuine question.
Yeah,
Can they miss
yeah,
the playoffs?
for sure. Yeah. Playing like this, they're going to miss the playoffs.
Interesting.
And I'm going to say this too. And it pains me to say this. This is probably the second most painful thing I'm going to have to say in this first 10 minutes of this show. Because I was high on AJ Johnson. He was my second favorite prospect in this draft. And I don't necessarily regret drafting him. But Ryan Dunn would have helped this team tremendously. With what he's doing with the Suns, he will probably be starting by now. But here's also the thing too. He should be, if he was on this team, he should be starting. But keep in mind, you know who we're dealing with in Doc Rivers.
I think you also got to think, and I don't know, but does the Bucks player development staff get Ryan Dunn to be a competent shooter within 3 months? I don't know. Maybe they draft Ryan Dunn and he's shooting like he did in Virginia. Like I'm assuming a large part of Ryan Dunn being as good of a shooter as he's been early on is due to his work ethic and him putting in the work, but also Phoenix helping him. The Bucks, I mean, have you seen them transform a player's jumper? Have you seen them make someone a good shooter? I haven't. So can we rely on that? Can we be like, oh well, the Suns got Ryan Dunn shooting 40%. So if the Bucks drafted him, he'd shoot 40%. I don't know. I don't know if that would have happened. Because I've been recently because I was like a big guy of there's Ryan Dunn can't shoot. There's nothing indicating that he's going to be able to shoot. And then every time I watch him play for Phoenix, I'm like, okay, here's where the law of averages is going to come back. He's going to start missing. He doesn't miss. So I'm going back through his college tape, trying to see if I missed something. And I'm not an expert, but I don't see what I missed. I'm watching him shoot free throws and he's airballing them. Like there's a hitch in the release. Everything looks wrong. The balance, he's like, everything looks bad. And now he's shooting for Phoenix and he's a knockdown shooter. I don't think the Bucks can just fix that in 4 months. So
yeah.
But also, I wasn't high on the AJ pick just because he wasn't going to help them now. And I think AJ has potential, but what do you need potential for when Giannis is trying to compete for championships? What do you need potential for when Dame's trying to compete for championships? It's like, you don't need that. So
also, too, I'm pretty sure that management was under the same belief that I'm under right now. At that moment in time, nobody thought this team was going to be this bad, at least coming out the gate. So, like, if that was the case, maybe they would have. They might have tried to trade up or something like that. They might have tried to do something completely different as opposed to just getting a project. But what's going on, Jordan? How you feeling?
What up? I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling?
You coming here with the Dion's on?
No. These a little bit better. I got the own deal. Come on now.
Okay.
Now. It's a little bit better now. Come on. The Optic Prime's on right now.
Fire. I see you. What's good, Chill?
Ain't nothing, brother. I apologize for my tardiness.
Nah, you good. I've been waiting for you to get here so I could read my man Full Metal Quirks $50 super chat. Shout out to Full Metal. He said November 1st, 1946, the New York Knicks defeated the Toronto Huskies 68 to 66 in the first NBA game, which was played in Toronto. Any fan taller than Toronto 6'8"
got in for free. That's a fact.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
Damn, was they gonna be the sub?
Oh, damn. So you ain't getting for free? How much you have to pay, Triff?
That was, and for the record, Mars, I was not there. So let's put that out there. No, I was not. I was not there. That was not going on.
Shout out to Ed Sikowski for leading the game in scoring.
Easy Ed. And in fact, it wasn't just Ed, it was Easy Ed. Yeah, that's what they called him.
Of course.
Easy Ed. So
damn, 1946. God damn, kid, you wasn't born yet, huh?
I was man, please. My mother wasn't even around yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to Ed Sikowski. I wonder who scored the first 20-point game in NBA history. I wonder who that was. Because Ed Sadowski scored 18, so he was close, but not quite.
If you let Mars tell it, I was around for the Civil War. I was around for all of that stuff.
That was a good time to be around, Chill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind being around those times personally, but you seem to that. Oh, this guy. First 20-point game was scored by Frankie Baumholtz. Scored 25.
Nice job, Frank.
Yeah, shout out to him. Made all BAA that season. So he was all
BAA.
Yeah, that's what it was called before the NBA. So all BAA. Yeah, averaged 14 a game that year.
BAA basketball.
That was before they could dribble.
I can't remember what the BAA stands for.
It's got to be basketball.
That had to be before they could dribble.
I mean, there's not much footage
going
going around.
Hot potato, Jordan.
But for reference,
yeah, have y'all ever played like that? I have. It's
where you can't dribble.
Yeah,
you're playing netball. Practically. That's
what. We didn't know what that. We just call it James Naismith basketball. That's how they taught us to us in like camp. For real, and it was pretty fun though. You learn how to play basketball like that.
Yeah, Jordan, you talking about like as a drill, like when coach says you can't dribble at all, or you talking about you guys just? Y'all was just playing like that.
No, we was just playing like that. We had tournaments and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You really learn how to play basketball like that.
No, you do though, because you got to learn how to move the ball. You got to learn how to move without the ball.
You got to learn how to run.
Yeah.
Nah, it was fun. I mean, that was like when I was like probably like 9, 10 years old. So that was really good for me to kind of. I mean, it's not like I could dribble at that age anyway. So it was like, okay, you learn how to play like that.
You know what, Jordan? These NBA teams need to start doing that more.
They do. I think they do it a lot. They do it a lot.
First of all, we actually do it enough. Before you ever got on this show, Jordan, we actually had a conversation, and the conversation was I was the one who brought it up, and I asked, how many guys actually know how to play basketball? People think just because you're a super freak athlete and you run fast and you jump high and you can dribble the ball, like these guys actually know how to play basketball. And I question how many of these dudes that you see on a daily basis actually know how to play basketball.
I would say if it's 5 players on the team, probably 1. The rest of them are either just good, or they just have some type of talent, but they don't really know the game. Like even watching the NBA players, you can tell like a lot of them don't really know. They just good at it. Like they don't really know like, okay, this is why I do this. They just been taught a certain way the whole time, and they never took the time to slow down and actually analyze it. That's what separates good players from great players. It's not always going to be talent.
That's why LeBron James still in the league for that reason, right?
Yeah, because LeBron just understands how to play the game in every fashion, and that's why some guys come out of college, good college players, just not a good NBA player because it's more in an advanced level. So that's 100%. And you'll be surprised. I try to when I'm coaching kids and stuff now too, like especially high school kids. These kids think they know how to play so bad, and it's like okay, they can only get through one option. They don't know how to get through the 4th, 5th option. What to do now? They don't know, and they let it. You get away with it. So if you're gonna get away with it, you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, they know how to shoot, they know how to dribble, and they know how to run
between their legs 4 times. They know how to dribble between their legs 4 times, then do a step back.
Yeah, that's not playing basketball.
Ron, did you just see that super chat? Mars, I'm telling you right now, Mars, I'm taking your ticket, and this is what I'm doing. I'm taking your ticket, and I'm gonna hold on to it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna get you off the train. It's a couple of you know how when you go you know how when you at the transit spot and a couple of buses go by, you can still get on the bus. You may let a couple of buses go by. Mars, I'm gonna let a couple of trains go by, but I'm gonna hold on to your ticket. How about that?
Like I've always said, man, I hope you're right that we're gonna be a top 5 seed. I really hope you're right. Do I think we're going to be? No, but I really hope we are. Like I will. This is one I will happily be wrong about. You saying we're gonna be top 5 and me not agreeing. If I'm wrong, I'll never be more happy to be wrong. I'm just not as optimistic as you. But it was a good win last night. Like very good win last night.
Yeah, it was.
Now we should have the game shouldn't have been that close. But that's besides the point. I'm still happy we got the win.
Man, I think Dallas got some. I think Dallas gonna have to figure out something. Which I'm sure they will. But bro, every team in the league is transitioning into moving the ball, except for them. They just so relying on isolation, pass. Oh, mismatch. Let me try to go get this. Every
Yo,
team
Jordan,
is slowly,
Jordan,
gradually moving to moving the ball.
Jordan, right quick. The NBA is finally back. I repeat, the NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from behind the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. It's your first time gambling? Cool, don't even sweat it. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code Players Choice. That's code Players Choice for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, baby. The crown is yours. Got a gambling problem? Don't sweat it. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Fellas, I got a couple super chats, and then we have to get back to the title of the show. Chill, me and you watched that game on playback, and I got to hear your comments. And Jordan, I also want to hear your comments on the Bucks as well. But before we talk about that, Motaz Musa said in a super chat, Mars, watch Attack on Titans. You will not regret it. Trust me. Also, shout out to Penn for defending my $2 donations. Laughing my ass off.
Yeah, he said he's gonna keep sending super chats every day till I watch. So we gonna have a daily super chat from him. So you guys are welcome.
Mars,
yeah.
if you watch it, I'll watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it. So
damn, Motaz. I'm with you, Motaz. But Mars got to watch it for me to watch it.
well, that's disappointing, isn't it?
Damn, Motaz. Maybe tomorrow. No Cat Prince said the Warriors are keeping an eye on Jimmy Butler.
So?
No, try to blow up the Warriors too, giving them Jimmy Butler. You try to blow up my team. Blow up the Warriors for Jimmy Butler. Hey, Steph and Draymond, yeah, for Jimmy.
If we're being honest, since we're being honest, let's just say for the sake of for argument that's true. What do the Warriors have that the Miami Heat want in exchange for Jimmy Butler?
Buddy Hield averaging 20. What the hell?
Okay,
Buddy Hield.
So Buddy Hield.
Buddy got to stay there. If Jimmy comes, Buddy got to be there.
And how does that look?
We'll trade Men Thompson, but Buddy Hield is untouchable.
How does that look with Butler?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if Jimmy comes over there, in order for them to be good, they need the shooting of Buddy and Steph.
It's Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, it's
that's what they would try. Yeah, that's 100%. And even if they get paid,
which I do like that. Which I do like that.
You know where they trading B Pods.
You don't think so?
No.
What is their fascination with that boy?
He takes charges.
So does
he plays well. He pretty plays.
No, I like B Pods, but for you guys to just come out and just dead ass say they're not trading B Pods, so they're not coming off him for nobody.
Nah, not for nobody, but for Jimmy, no, he would play well with Jimmy. It's certain players.
Not for Larry Marketing either, but yeah.
I just got a theory on this.
He would be going for Larry Marketing for sure.
They said no.
They chose not to. So, I mean, would he?
I feel like they probably didn't think that their team was going to be good enough to compete. I think that's what Dunleavy said. He didn't feel like his team with Larry Marketing was good enough to compete to trade that.
And Jimmy Butler? And with Jimmy Butler, they are?
Jimmy Butler is better than Jimmy Butler is better than Larry Marketing, though.
How much better? How much better is Bucket?
A lot better
today.
Like, a lot better.
On a scale from 1 to 10, where do you think Jimmy Butler is? With 10 being James, or 10 being Luka or Giannis, and a 1 being Killian Hayes. Where do you think Jimmy Butler is in the league today?
I don't know if it's 10 being James. But
not James. I'm talking Joe. A 10 being Joker, Giannis, Luka. I'm talking guys.
No.
That's a 10.
Not
And
Tatum.
And in a 1, Tatum's
Tatum
around
like a 7. Tatum like a 7.
Sorry, chill. That one was for Swiper.
Anyway, in a 1 being, guys like Killian here, a guy at the bottom of the league. Where is Jimmy Butler today, in your estimation?
Probably like a 7 or 8.
Okay,
Laurie
so
Marketing is probably like a 5.
Laurie Marketing.
Not saying he's not good.
No,
Yo,
he's not
I'm not saying Laurie Marketing is not good.
He's not. That's average. That's essentially what you're telling me. You're telling me Laurie
No. He's average on that scale. No, he's average on that scale that you gave me. But what I'm saying is, in reference to Jimmy Butler, it's not about reference to the league. It's reference to Jimmy Butler and Laurie Marketing. What I'm saying is the value of Jimmy Butler, of what he can do, is greater than what Laurie Marketing can do. That's what I'm saying.
On that Golden State unit. And I ain't talking about, I'm not talking about overall play. We're talking about on that Golden State unit, which, by the way, Laurie Marketing is perfect for that unit. Perfect. For
so is Jimmy Butler.
No, he isn't. Jimmy Butler.
Why he wouldn't be?
I agree, Chill. I think he's perfect.
Why
not perfect, but I think he's very good. I think he's I don't think he's perfect, but I think he works for that team.
So Jimmy Butler, if you look at this Golden State Warriors team, they're alone. I think they first or second in. No, I'm sorry. The Celtics are first in the league in shooting the long ball. They shoot the long ball with the best of them. Not only do they shoot the long ball with the best of them, Jimmy Butler is not a shooter. Jimmy Butler is a guy who can shoot. Jimmy Butler plays on the perimeter. They also fly around on defense. Guys like Pods. These guys are younger. They play much faster. Jimmy Butler isn't a fast player like he was in years past. I think they're a better transition team today than they were a year ago. Now, if you look at what Jimmy Butler is playing in a Miami Heat offense, which I would think that they would play faster. You would think that they would play faster, but they don't. He's not that much of a three-point shooter. Not only is he not that much of a three-point shooter, Jimmy Butler, in terms of one-on-one creation, that's not what's going on in Golden State. The ball's moving. The ball is hopping with them. Laurie Marketing on the other hand,
like that too, though.
Look, but the difference is that Laurie Marketing, on the other hand, Laurie Marketing, bigger, more versatile on the perimeter, better long ball shooter, better on the glass, and better with that Golden State unit in terms of the system. And he's younger, 8 years younger. So
yeah, but we're talking about today.
And on top, well, he ended up signing an extension. So before he signed an extension, he was cheaper.
You got to look at this whole thing though. This is Jimmy Butler, Laurie Marketing, or anybody coming to the Warriors is all for Steph. It's all them trying to maximize the last remaining years they have with Steph. So I know that you're saying that he's younger, but this whole thing is about this year, next year, and maybe an additional year.
Which is the problem that I'm having with this unit, Ron. And the reason why I'm having that problem is because if you're trying to maximize Steph, Jimmy Butler is not the guy. Not in the Western Conference, he's not. Right?
Why he's not though? That would be my question. Like what? Dude, I think you know it's the biggest killer for me when people just throw people into the Warriors offense. We've seen historically that does not work. Like you what y'all think? Oh, he can shoot. Let's throw him in the Warriors offense. Doesn't work like that.
Like working with Buddy Hield.
Yes, but that's Buddy Hield. But that's Buddy Hield. What about the other guys that got there and just didn't work? Like sometimes
are you suggesting it wouldn't work with Lowry, or are you saying you don't know?
No, I'm saying we don't know. Number one, I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm saying Jimmy Butler, for the impact that he would do for the Warriors with Steph, with or without him as well too. Like if Steph can't go some games, Jimmy can handle it down. Like Jimmy can hold that down, and that's fine. Like I think people underestimate how good is Jimmy when it comes to getting his teammates involved too. Like I just think people underestimate that.
I think Jimmy Butler's a damn good playmaker, but I think that offense that's in Golden State, I think that's more conducive to a guy like Laurie Marketing because the ball moves, not just because the ball moves, because of the kind of shooter that he is. So if those two were to be on that team, not Jimmy Butler, but Laurie Marketing, I think he fits better with that crew. I think they're supplementing, and it's all of this stuff with Steph is a quick fix to get Steph guys where they can quote unquote compete in the Western Conference. Does that mean that they can win the whole thing? Well, Jimmy Butler already showed us that being a number one on a championship team, championship contender, is legit. Can you win it with Jimmy Butler as your man? No, you cannot. He's already proved that.
Well, chill. He would be the number 2 on this team, though.
Okay, now that's different. But so now what we're asking, Ron, is we're asking for Steph Curry to get us back to the finals.
No, we're asking for Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler.
Okay,
and the shooting a buddy alongside that,
right.
And I'm assuming they still have Andrew Wiggins, right. And they got Draymond still anchoring the defense. Chill. This is what I'm saying. You keep running to the offensive end. I wanted to
Right.
talk about Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green playing next to each other, defending on the wing, and Draymond holding down, just anchoring the defense the way he does. What does that look like?
Well, first of all, they don't have a lot of size. If you think about what's going on in the Western Conference, so if you're going to add Jimmy Butler, okay, you're going to add a wing defender who's not what he was in the past. Plus,
he will be with the Warriors. He won't have to be the number one guy.
Well, him not being the number one guy, isn't the issue. I'm thinking about what you guys just brought up. You brought up them defensively. Jimmy Butler isn't the defender that he used to be. Not only is he not the defender that he used to be, he's not the bucket getter that he used to be. So because he's not the bucket getter that he used to be, and we live in a league now where scoring is prominent. So a guy like Jimmy Butler, if he's going to be the number 2 on that crew with Buddy Hield, I think are you going to have to move off of Buddy Hield, or are we going to be able to keep Buddy Hield?
I'm under the impression that if Buddy leaves, this whole thing isn't. Buddy has to be there. Buddy has to be there with Jimmy.
So with buckets coming into the fold, now what happens to Buddy Hield? Because again, does Jimmy Butler just segue in and we just keep rolling with him? Because I don't think that it affects Buddy Hield's shot, but I do think with Jimmy Butler, okay, now the amount of shots that I'm getting, the rhythm that I'm going to be in, that's going to be a little bit different. Because now we got to get Jimmy Butler involved in this.
I don't think you have to get him involved like how you think. Jimmy is a player who sit back and he can pass and pick defenses apart. He wants to get guys like Buddy Hield going, Steph going. He wants to get those guys going. He has the ability to, like how Draymond passes and get a lot of guys open. He has that ability plus more because he can score at a good level. Y'all underestimating Jimmy Butler because he's stuck over there in Miami and the women drying up over there. Gotta be, because it ain't as cute no more as it used to be. So y'all stuck on that Jimmy Butler, like, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. Jimmy Butler is still a valuable player. And with the Warriors, it would make their team way better, more respectable too than Lauri Markkanen over there. Way more respectable.
I'm just trying to free Lauri Markkanen, so.
Lauri would have been cool too.
It would have been cool too. I just said Jimmy would have been better. That's all I'm saying. In reference to Jimmy and Lauri, I would take Jimmy. For now, we talk about the future, chill, I got you. If you want to talk about like building a long-term plan, understandably. But as far as competing right now, Jimmy does that. Like Jimmy does that for the Warriors. He's competent enough to hold that down.
I'm just wondering what it looks like in terms of a trade. What would they have to come off of? I know Jonathan Kuminga because they don't want to pay him. I think that that's already evident there. They don't want to pay him. So what else are they going to have to come off of? Because again, Bucket still got 2 more years left on his deal. He got this year and next year. He's still got those 2 more years left on his deal. So we got to make the money work. In addition to making the money work, we got a lot of young guys on this crew, the Miami Heat, which I want to come off of buckets anyway. I'm good coming off of buckets because I want to build it around Bam. With that being said, what does Golden State have to come off of? I'm not sure that you can hold on to Buddy Hield. I might have to ask for him.
I think
would it not have to be Andrew Wiggins so the money matches?
Mars even better.
Kaminga, how much is Kaminga getting?
You ain't been
right
the same since that.
Kaminga didn't sign an extension.
He's still on his rookie deal.
He's on like.
I thought he still got like okay.
It could be a sign and trade though, potentially, right? Involving Kaminga.
No, not during the season.
Not during the season.
That would have to be next year when Jimmy would decline his player option and then go to Golden State.
Okay. And it might be a multi-team trade, or not it could be a multi-team trade.
Buddy don't even make that much money yet with them.
The only guy who makes money who would be movable is Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors are going to have to free up $50 million of space. Like they can't just take a $50 million contract.
Yeah, it'll probably have to be Wiggins then.
Which means there's going to be multiple players.
Or it could be a 3-team trade.
In order for this to work, we got to get another team involved.
Yeah.
You got to get. You know how I am, Ron.
I would want to keep Wiggins, like best case scenario.
Yep.
But if he got to go, I'm not mad at JK and Jimmy Butler on the wing too, causing havoc and defending. Not mad at that.
They're going to move off of JK.
Jonathan Kuminga defending. Okay. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, Ron. I want to say something because we had this conversation a while back, and I'll be remembering when I'll be watching the game. Somebody was advocating for, and I'm kind of moving the teams a little bit. Somebody was advocating for Chig Okongwu to play. Do y'all realize how horrible of a defender he is? That's why he don't play.
On Yeka?
On Yeka. My bad. Chig is a tight end. My bad. But do y'all realize how horrible of a defender he is? He's like atrocious. Like if you go watch his game, people shoot like 75% on him, 80% on him.
He's not a rim protector. Yeah, he's more.
He's not nothing. He can't even get on the perimeter either.
He's theoretically more of a switch big, but he's not much of a switch big. I'm a very strong Clint Capela hater. Very strong.
Oh, that I was about to say because there's no way he better than Clint Capela. No way. That dude is terrible on defense.
I don't think Clint Capela's good either, but I just think Onyeka's much better offensively. Clint Capela's just bad to me. So
I don't even know if he's that much better offensively in the game. Maybe like in warm-ups and workouts, he can do all that stuff. But in the game, he not. Like in the game, I'm like so disappointed watching because I really liked him too coming out of college. But I'm so disappointed in his. He just really digressing on defense, like really bad. Like it's almost incompetent.
Is it the Atlanta system? Or
no,
like if he would have played, like let's say he played in Minnesota, would he be a better defender being around like guys like Rudy?
No.
If he played in San Antonio, being around Greg Popovich, would he have been a better defender? Is he just incompetent and he can't play defense? Or is it just maybe what's going on in Atlanta? They're not teaching him. Because I know for a fact Quinn Snyder is a damn good coach. I don't think Quinn Snyder is a good coach. He is a damn good coach. He knows how to teach rotations. He knows how to teach switches. All of that good stuff. Is it just that he's not getting it? What's the problem with him? And I think what year is he in now with him?
Probably like year 4 or 5. Low motor.
This the USC kid, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The kid that went to USC,
I want to say he was drafted in 2021.
We drafted with LaMelo.
Yeah.
So they're the same age.
High school with LaMelo.
Yeah, I thought he was a year younger. I thought it was a year younger. My fault.
No, he's. If
you remember,
he's
LaMelo went and played pro. That's kind of what kind of messed it up. But
so he's year 5 then, I think.
Dude. Okongwu, low motor, very incompetent on defense.
Whenever I
hear
that,
just
that shit
very incompetent on defense.
You don't even have to say anything else to me. When you say low motor, I'm out.
I'm telling you, I've been watching him the last.
I'm sorry, Mars. When I hear low motor, that tells me that I got to motivate you to play. Why? Why do I have to get you to play hard? I shouldn't have to do that. He looked like he's
bothered about something. Like he looked like when a player get out there and they don't really want to play. That's how he looked. Like, last
guy in the practice, the first guy out. No,
I don't know, man. If y'all get a chance to watch Atlanta, just watch what I'm talking about. And like, if you even go back and rewatch the games or look at the box, people shoot like 80% on him, bro. Like.
So that means they miss 20% of the time. Let's take the positives.
I'm going at him every single time. Yo, I saw a big. I forgot who it was. It was a big, had him 1-on-1, and I'm like, I for sure think you're gonna stop. I'm talking about in the perimeter. I'm like, I know for sure you're gonna stop this. Big hit him. I can't remember who it was, man. It was a big dude. Probably like, I forgot who were they playing. I have to go back and look at it. Dude hit him with it. Yes, like last game. Dude hit him with an in and out. Took him right to the basket.
You saying Jonas Valanciunas cooked him? You saying Jonas Valanciunas?
Yes, that's who it is. Valanciunas. In and out. And one. I'm like, God damn, you can't even guard him on the perimeter. Like Valanciunas just cooking him all game. Right underneath the goal, pump fake, he jumped, barely jumped. Like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, the Hawks. When I watched them a couple games this year, and it's glaring. They just need a big. And I'm trying to think like who are some young bigs, because it wouldn't be right for them to get an older big, because even with the big, they still probably aren't championship ready or competitive yet. But I'm thinking of a young guy to go over there that's good, has a pretty high ceiling that can grow and develop with these guys.
Would Charlotte hand over Mark Williams for him?
Come on,
I knew you were going to say that, Chill.
I knew you were going to say basketball. Come on,
but he can play, Mark. The question is he available to play?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can he play?
Okay, so
something's wrong with his foot. Something's wrong with his foot.
Yeah, is he available to play? That's
been waiting for like 10 months to see Mark Williams play, and I still ain't seen him.
What's going on with him? I'd like to find that out. So. But I want to get to this Milwaukee stuff because oh my goodness, man.
He about to start hating.
Yeah, Chill. So the question of the day is, are the Bucks fool's gold?
So can we start the conversation? Can we start the conversation with Giannis is going to ask out at the end of the year? I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that at all. And the reason why I'm not trying to hear that is because they started this with Giannis not signing an extension, and they went out and got Damian Lillard for him. Now, I don't know if any of you guys up here can name 10 league guards in the game better than Damian Lillard. All right, so they supplemented that. I don't like the fit with Drew Holiday. I don't like the fit we're coming off of Drew Holiday, but if you're going to get buckets, you have to build around protecting a guy like Damian Lillard. They didn't do that. They didn't do anything to protect Damian Lillard as a less than and a below average defender. On top of that, they have the biggest problem, which is contrary to what you guys think on the perimeter. Their biggest problem is at the 5 spot. Brook Lopez is long in the tooth. You're going to tell me that Brook Lopez does a great job in protecting the rim? Yes, he does do a great job in protecting the rim. They don't have a backup 5-man. That's legit. They don't really get much from their 5 spot. They need to be better there. They do need to get younger at that spot. They need to get better on the wing, which they're not. With Taurean Prince and Gary Trent, who are good players, but they're not going to supplement what they actually need. Giannis is going to have another 30-10 MVP type of season, but it's going to be for nothing because they're going to get bounced in round 2. I think he can win them a playoff series, but I think they're going to get bounced in round 2. Last night, I'm watching this team. They might be the worst team in the league at guarding the long ball line. They don't rotate. They don't close out. They overshoot almost every shooter. And if they do close out, it's too short and guys are wide open. You can get whatever you want, whether it's going down the lane with the weak hand or it's going to the rim with the strong hand. You can get whatever you want against this crew. Giannis is not the problem. Giannis is not the one to say he wants to ask out. No, you guys, this organization need to fix this. Do not let Giannis out. You guys fix this.
They got no chance. They're letting Giannis out, by the way.
Hell no.
Hold on. They're letting Giannis out or Giannis is demanding out?
No, we're going to fix
both.
We're not letting you go nowhere.
Both.
All right, hold on. No, Jordan, before I hear why you think it's both, chill. What do you mean they're going to fix this? Because me and Mar started the whole show trying to figure out how do you fix a boat with this many holes?
Right.
How do you fix a sinking ship when it's water coming in from a bunch of different ways? What do you do, Chill?
Well, this is the problem. The problem that we have is letting guys off the hook. Make Doc Rivers coach better. Make him. And I don't care, Mars. I don't care. Demand that he do a better job. You paid this dude $40 million.
Was it a coach?
So why did that happen with Monty Williams?
Yes, you're not capable. You're not capable.
Yes, you are.
Why did that happen with Darvin Ham in LA?
No.
Steve Nash in Brooklyn.
What about AJ Griffin had them?
Steve Nash.
AJ Griffin had them winning. It's not a coach issue. AJ Griffin had them winning. It's not a coach issue.
Adrian Griffin had them winning. Okay, we're not firing Doc. Let's kill that logic right now. We just extended him $40 million. We're not paying Adrian Griffin and also paying Doc Rivers too. 2 coaches that's not here. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so let's dead that logic right now. This team,
the Lakers do that all the time.
That's dumb from an organizational standpoint. That's why you are who you are. We can't do that, right? Just from a money aspect. We can't pay 2 coaches that aren't even here anymore within a year of having each other. We can't do that. That's just terrible.
I think Atlanta doing that too.
That's awful. So now, how do we get better? How do we get better with the group that we currently have? Because we're not going to be able to just get, I don't know, Taurean Prince and hand him over for Jaden McDaniels or something like that. That's not happening. Alex Caruso is not coming over here, right? Not only is Alex Caruso not coming over here, Drew Holiday is not coming back. So we got to roll with what we got. So with us rolling with what we got for right now, how do we get better? Demand that these dudes get better. Demand that rotations are sharper. Make these guys compete more. That's your job as the coach. You can't just, and don't tell me that these guys aren't capable of doing it. These guys are capable of doing it at a level that's acceptable. I ain't saying that they got to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they can't be as bad as they are now. They can't be. And that's at the helm. That's 100% at the helm with Doc Rivers. These guys need to be better defensively. Don't tell me that, I don't have adequate pieces enough to be the best defensive team in the league. I ain't saying that you have to be the best defensive team in the league. What I am saying, though, is you need to be better than this. This isn't good enough. And that's coaching.
Why are they capable of being better?
Why are they capable of being better? Because we've seen these guys on other teams be better than what they are. That's why.
Who?
Gary Trent. I've seen Gary Trent play better defense in Toronto. 100%.
Gary Trent was a hooper, man. Come on.
I've 100% seen Gary
You're
Trent
not
play
doing
better
this
defense.
Gary Trent defense again.
Wait a minute,
Chill.
Mars. Again, Mars. I'm not asking for Jalen Suggs. And that's what you're thinking I'm talking about. I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is you have to be better. You have to compete more. These closeouts that you have, they're awful. You getting around and navigating screens. You go under screens.
I told you he couldn't do that before he played a game. When they got Ron,
because he did it in Toronto.
Look, I was telling you, when they got Gary Trent, was I not telling the world he was terrible at defense? Was I not
Mars,
saying that?
you hate Gary Trent's defense.
Okay.
Hate it.
So, like, I've been saying this since before he played. Like, he's a bad defender. He's been a bad defender.
Mars, have we not seen players that are bad somewhere and then you get with somebody else and you're better? Have we not seen that?
Yeah, but you can't be like, he can be better because some guys just get better in a different situation. Like, that can't be the reason. Like, if a guy's been bad, if a guy's been bad and then he's still bad, you can't be like, man, I thought he was going to be better. Like, that doesn't make sense. If a guy's, what's the quote you said yesterday? If someone shows you who they are, believe him. You use that quote against me. I'm using the quote against you. Gary Trent been showing the world he can't play defense, and now you're acting surprised that he can't play defense. In Portland, he couldn't play defense. In Toronto, he couldn't play defense. In Milwaukee, he can't play defense. But everywhere he seems to be going, they're using him like he's a defender. And then everyone's like, oh my God, this Gary Trent guy can't play defense. The only reason no one was talking about it in Toronto is because they weren't winning games. If he wasn't a contender, he would have got flames for being as bad of a defender as he is. Because they win 33 games, it's like, oh, I guess this shooter 3-and-D. He ain't no 3-and-D. He a wide open catch and shoot guy. That's what he is. Him not making the shots is kind of a concern.
Okay, that 100% works. But the stuff that he's deficient at, we could fix that. The stuff that he's deficient at, we can fix that. Right? So the stuff that he's deficient at, we can fix that. We can fix him getting around screens. We can fix that. That's just watching film. We can fix a guy navigating through screens. We can fix a guy being able to close out. We can fix that. That is coaching. That's your job as a coach when we're watching film. You have to do a better job in getting around the screen. Go low, go high. We can fix that. That effort that isn't there, that's because of coaching. And that's Doc Rivers. He's got to do a better job at that. 100% he does. Taurean Prince takes ill-advised shots. That's coaching.
Slow that down, TP. Slow that down. It ain't advised shots. He been making them lately. He just had an off game last game.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that.
He was on a heater that first game.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
What I'm saying when I say a guy takes ill-advised shots, a guy takes a bad shot and then another bad shot. Unless it's by design, he got to come off the floor. He has to.
What's a bad shot for him though? Like what? Because what are the shots you think he should take?
I don't think even though Taurean Prince on the surface, it looks like, I think he's a 40% long ball shooter.
His whole career.
Right. He's a 40% long ball shooter. I don't think he's as good a long ball shooter in transition as he is in half court. He's actually he's actually good in half court. In transition, stopping at the hash, or stopping pop at the break. I don't think he's as good there as he is in the half court.
So where's he meant to go better in transition? Where's he meant to go?
I think he can. I think he can score better at the rim. If I'm being honest,
but Giannis is going.
No,
like Giannis is going.
That's not what he can
do. But Giannis has the ball. But
but you're not gonna have a cutter when Giannis is gonna be going coast to coast. Like that's just simple spacing. Everyone on the Bucks is told when we get in transition, either Dame's gonna have it or Dame's gonna hit ahead to Giannis, and everyone space out. Giannis is getting to the rim. That's just simple concept of the Bucks. Like no one's gonna cut to the rim, especially not no damn Taurean Prince.
So then maybe we can. So then maybe we have to go somewhere different. So if I got Taurean Prince on this wing and I got Gary Trent on this wing, who am I going to? Gary Trent is a better transition wide open shooter than Taurean Prince. So I'm gonna go to Gary Trent if we're in transition. Now, I do see Taurean Prince stopping and popping in transition also off the dribble. I don't think that's a good shot for him. Really? Damian Lillard, I don't think that's a good shot for him. I do think that he's good in the half court, though. I don't think he's as good in transition as he is in the half court. I mean, I just don't. Just by watching him, I just don't think he is. Now, with that being said, Dame, who will compete, and Mars, you out on Damian Lillard, and I am to the extent on defense, I'm out on him. However, what he does as an offensive player with him and Giannis dive. Contrary to what you may think, Mars, Giannis dives a lot harder playing with Damian Lillard. He does dive to the rim a lot harder. Yes, and Dame will get him the basket. I think that works. I also think that Dame is good. He's always been good coming off screens in the mid range, just like Devin Booker, just like Jamal Murray. I think those are bright spots. Offensively, that could work. Their rotation guys, I'm not loving Bobby Portis living behind the long ball line neither. I don't think that they get enough stuff going to the rim.
I think he take more ill-advised shots than TP.
I'm not loving Bobby Portis on the court, but
I do like him on the court. I think he's got to get back to the dirty work stuff that he used to do when he was really good at that. I don't think he does that. I think he's moving behind the long ball line and shooting the long ball a little bit more than I'd like him to. That's the issue that I have with him. But my main issue is Doc Rivers getting these guys to compete on the defensive end more, and they're not doing that. That's my main issue.
I don't think they had the personnel or the mindset to actually do it. I don't think they want to.
And it's not just, we just not good enough. We just got started in the season. I gotta find out.
I think their offense is so. It's one of them things like, we talked about this before the season started. And I was like raving about the Lakers offense. And everybody's like, well, it's not their offense, it's their defense. It's one of them things like sometimes your offense is so bad it can make your defense bad too. A lot of times. That's usually how it go. Like if you got a really, really bad offense in basketball, your defense is probably bad too, because you're just gonna take bad shots that result in easy shots for the other team. So I think they got so much clutter on offense with Dame and Giannis and just figuring out what they want to do, that their defense is tremendously bad too. Like, I think that's part of the reason. Like, there's not a fluent. Like I said this last show, they don't give up. I mean, they don't get up enough shots. Like, they shooting every game. You shooting less shots than the other team, and to me, that's a problem. Like, it's just not coming more fluent. So I don't know, man. I just can't see. I just can't see them fixing this problem, to be honest with you. And that's why I said dump Giannis right now, because some team will give you a crazy amount of picks for him. And dump Dame too. You might as well dump Dame too.
So
dump
Doc
Rivers probably can stay, but you can dump Dame.
So everybody go and Doc Rivers stay.
Hell no.
Everyone the problem but Doc. Everyone the problem but Doc.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Doc coaches teams well without those superstars, without that pressure, like he did with the Clippers when they had Lou Will, Tobias Harris, Shea, and they won 2 games against the Warriors in the playoffs. Doc coaches well without that pressure.
Might that have just been an outlier year?
No, he just does that. Like his teams, his teams do that
because he did the same thing in Orlando too. So
his team. That's how he did. It's just when GMs expect, like, oh, we got Doc Rivers, he's coaching so well, let's throw 3 superstars at him at one time and give him half a season to figure it out. Like, not very many coaches can figure it out. I don't know how many coaches have actually figured it out. Let's drop a superstar on you in a 1 year time and say figure it out, and then when you don't figure it out, you getting fired.
Baron Davis, when speaking on Doc Rivers, he said, quote unquote, Doc Rivers is not the guy. He said a Doc Rivers team is a beatable team. I don't give a fuck how much talent they got.
Well, he's proven that time and time. He's proven that time and time again that you could beat Doc Rivers with, I don't care how much talent he has, you can beat him. He had James Harden and Joel Embiid on his crew, and they lost.
Something happened with that, but we're not gonna talk about that.
What happened with that? James Harden wasn't the system. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
What was the problem? James Harden couldn't be the system. I mean,
honestly, I don't know if it's Doc's X's and O's, man. I think it's some off the court in the locker room things, like with Doc. I think it's
with every team.
Yes, it has to be. Like, I don't think it's his X's and O's. I just think players like check out on him a little too, like they check out on him. And I'm not saying right or wrong, but I'm saying it looks like they just check out. Like, all right, Doc, I ain't doing this bullshit. All right,
but
we ain't gonna play like this.
Well, how many Jordan, if that's the case, then he's the problem.
I would agree with that. I'm not saying he wasn't the problem. I'm saying he coaches teams well when he don't have the pressure of a superstar.
How many coaches in the league have a long tenure? Okay, so Spo, Pop. Let's see, who else?
Steve Kerr.
That's
Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Michael Malone.
Michael Malone. He's been around for a long time. The point that I'm making with this is, at some point, no matter how long you there, like, players start to, it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
With you. That's just the way
If they
goes.
don't genuinely believe in you, if they don't genuinely believe in you,
at some point. Now, Doc Rivers, did the Clippers check out on him with Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan?
they checked out on themselves. They
now,
checked out on themselves.
Is that because of Doc Rivers though? Did they not believe in what Doc Rivers was teaching, or was that team just not good enough? Because
no, they were good enough. They did. I don't know if they didn't believe in what Doc Rivers was teaching them. I think they didn't believe in it. They didn't team. Extremely flawed. They didn't believe in it enough to stop the bullshit that they had going on with each other. Like Doc couldn't mediate that. Doc couldn't come in and say, "Hey, man, let's put this shit aside. Let's figure this shit out." Like Phil Jackson could do, or Jerry Krause could do with the Bulls. Like those GMs could salvage those situations. I don't think they believed in Doc to do that because there was like a lot of division between this clique of guys and that clique of guys with the Clippers.
Was that Doc Rivers' job to fix that though? Because I mean, you have cliques on teams, but when it's necessary to get together, we get together and we do it. Now, if you're looking at this Clipper team that he had, they were extremely flawed. You got a one-on-one player in Blake Griffin who's flawed as a one-on-one player, who doesn't have a consistent mid-range game. He's great around the basket, but he doesn't have the box work that's necessary. You got a flawed offensive player in DeAndre Jordan, who's great around the rim as a scorer and a lob threat, but that's it. He can't shoot free throws, which means you can't go to him in the meat and potatoes of games. And on top of that, not being able to go to him in the meat and potatoes of games, you can't leave him in the game. So on top of that, you got a guy in Jamal Crawford who is a bucket getter, and you got a guy in JJ Redick who is a shooter. But and I had this conversation not too long ago. I thought that Jamal Murray was a better defender than Lou Williams. That's not saying much, but they were deficient defensively on that front. And then you got Chris
Jamal
Paul.
Murray.
He meant Jamal Crawford. He meant Jamal Crawford.
I keep saying Jamal Murray. I'm so sorry. I meant Jamal Crawford. That's what I'm talking about. But then you got Chris Paul. So when you put all of these flaws together, and you got a really good point guard who's injury prone, like Chris Paul was, and then you got Doc, who just came off of that Celtic run. You put that together, that's not a recipe for success. There's some things that have to happen in order for that to work, and it didn't. Is that all Doc's fault? I don't think so. I think that Clipper team was flawed more than anything.
I don't think they were as flawed as like compared to the rest of the league too. Like they were pretty good comparing, relative to the rest of the teams in the league. I think the issue is, like I said, they couldn't get out of their own mind. Like them beefing with each other all day, every day, to where it's the point of we dividing each other. You're not gonna win a championship team like that. I'm telling you, one of the things about winning a championship is you have to gel in the locker room. Y'all have to like each other. Like if you can't like each other, you definitely have to tolerate each other to where like you doing that makes that person better. Now, if what you doing not liking him and he don't like each other and it make y'all worse, you have a problem. Because I've been on a team where it's like, oh, we are super, super competitive. We run and doing all this stuff. We ready to fight every day in practice. But after practice, we go to everybody's house and hop on 2K. So we knew once we get in the real, thick and thin of things, we relying on each other. So that's why that division can't be around, because if y'all get down 15 points and such is playing bad, you automatically thinking in your mind, damn, I hate his ass anyway. Damn, I wish his trash ass get off the team. I think that's how it was.
You think that division is on the Milwaukee Bucks right now?
I don't know if it's that division. I just don't think they believe in that shit Doc got going on. I don't think they believe in the way it could be up management too. It could be management like hiring these wrong coaches, putting the wrong people in mind. Like, I don't know. I mean, you got to give it some time too. It's not like they can't break out of this 5-10 game stretch that they may go into. They can always break out of this. We seen Ime Udoka do that with the Celtics by the All-Star break. So yeah, it just give it time.
So
but
if I think about,
I don't know.
So if I think about who the Milwaukee Bucks have played so far, okay, so they lost to Memphis yesterday. They suck in Memphis, by the way. I don't think they've won in Memphis.
John Moran is just pretty damn good, bro. That's nothing.
That part I won't argue.
Yeah.
But there's definitely something that goes into losing when you're in another team's building. Milwaukee, I don't think they've won in Memphis in like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years, something like that. So they suck in Memphis, right? Losing to Brooklyn was unacceptable. I think that was a trap game because they was looking. I think they looked past Brooklyn to get to Boston, and they ended up finding themselves in a dogfight, and it was too late. By that point, it was a wrap for them. So they lose to Brooklyn, they lose to Boston, they lose to Memphis, and they lose. They beat Philly on opening night with no Joel Embiid. They beat Philly on opening night. They lost to somebody. They had 3 losses or 4 losses.
4 losses.
I think so. They got 4. So they lose to Memphis,
they
they
won
lose to the Celtics, they lose to Brooklyn. Who else did they lose to? Because I'm thinking about their schedule.
Chicago.
The Bulls, they got blown out at home by the Bulls, right? So they get blown out at home by the Bulls. These are bad losses. Is this stuff fixable?
Terrible losses, Chill.
Yes, yes. The Memphis loss. Okay, I understand that they suck in Memphis. Memphis is one of the better long ball shooting teams. They suck at the long ball line, suck defending at the long ball line. Sure, I get that. The Brooklyn loss, unacceptable. The Chicago Bulls loss, didn't Chicago shoot something ridiculous like 50% at the long ball line? That's because Milwaukee sucks guarding the long ball, and they have to fix that. That's something that has to be fixed. How do we fix it? The scheme has to be better. The effort has to be better. All of these things have to be better in order for us to be at least competitive in the Eastern Conference. Because as of right now, we're at the bottom of the East, and we're going to be awful. We have to at least get to a point where we're competitive. We have to be.
All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in here right now. If you're on Twitter, big ups to you. Definitely a big shout out to all of our Twitter viewers at this moment in time. You guys are holding it down on that end. Also, shout out to our Hall of Famers too. Y'all know the names: Cobra Son of Raditz, Multi Kinney, and Hunting Gilgores. Appreciate y'all for being Hall of Famers. Like the video, subscribe, and shout out to everybody that sent through a super chat. And keep going, chat.
Hold on, Ron. I want to push back on Chill because Chill, I've been listening to you up here say you think Peyton Pritchard is the best lead guard off the bench.
I do. I think he's the best backup lead guard.
I think that's over with now. I'm gonna tell you why. Scottie Pippen Jr. is on his way.
I was just about to say that.
Is on his way, brother. That's over with.
Me and Ron was talking about it last night.
That's over with.
Me and Ron was talking
another
about it last
victim
night.
of the Darvingham tyranny.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they let that guy get out their backyard. I just don't understand that.
The interesting thing about Scottie Pippen, if you remember him with the Lakers, like nobody was talking about him at all.
And he was good though.
To be honest with you, I wasn't sure if he could play. I wasn't.
Hold on. Why? When he averaged 20 at college, he took 20.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't average 20 in college. He led the SEC in scoring. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about last year at Vandy 20.
But this is what I'm talking about when I talk about systems. You could get in a system where a team, I've said this too, Jordan, I don't know if you ever heard me say this. My grandmother told me when I was a kid, anybody can train a secretary. You can screw them up too. And these dudes got me thinking that Scottie Pippen can't play at this level. Meanwhile, I see him in Memphis.
Thought that.
Meanwhile, I see him in Memphis, and he looked like he's in the conversation as the best backup lead guard in the game. He gets to the rim with the best of them, finishing. He can shoot it, not just get to the rim.
He finds the open man too.
He's a little bit on the size too.
He looks like he knows what he's doing at the lead guard spot.
He's athletic too.
But see, the thing is, this is crazy. What he averaged in college, it was unbelievable to the fact where you gonna. I think he went undrafted or like late in the second round.
No, he went undrafted.
Yeah, but you have him on a 2-way deal, and it's like some of the guys that y'all draft. I'm not gonna say who because it's not even worth it. But some of these guys and it's like, bro, you talking about a dude that averaged 20 and 6 in the SEC, the NBA of college, and I don't get that. I just don't get. The politics too much, bro. Like,
well, let's get back. But
Scottie Pippen can start for the Lakers right now at point guard.
No, I don't know about start. He's a good lead. He's a good off the bench, but
he can start for the Lakers right now, and they would be a better team.
You think he better than D'Angelo Russell?
I'm not. No. I said what I said. I'm not comparing him to nobody. I just said
who comes off the floor, Ron? Which one of them dudes comes off the floor?
He can't start, Ron. That was nasty.
Which one?
I wanted the Rockets to draft Scottie Pippen, but.
All right, just keep watching.
Not today.
Just keep watching. Yes, today he can start for the Lakers, and they will be a better team.
Jordan, I want to Jordan. Let's get back to what you just got finished talking about with Scottie Pippen. Now, everything that you just said about him, which is fair in terms of him getting to the rim, in terms of his buckets, right? In terms of him getting to the rim, and his ability to score, and his ability to navigate the offense. When I watch Peyton Pritchard He does the same thing, and he competes a lot more on the defensive end. A lot more on the defensive end. I think he's a little bit smarter. I think he's better with the basketball. I don't think he does anything that goes against what the Celtics are doing. He doesn't play outside of himself. When you see like that first night, I think that he went like 1 for 9 on the long ball. Okay, that's what the Celtics do. That's not just him just shooting the basketball ill-advised. No, that's who the Celtics are. He's playing within the system. And
I agree with you on that.
There's plenty of guys on that crew who've had bad nights. Jaylen Brown just had a bad night a couple of nights ago where he went 1 for 11. Jason Tatum went 5 for 18. That's part of it. But he's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything to kill you. That's what the backup lead guard's job is. Your job is to keep the ship afloat and keep us rolling. So when the first unit comes back in, we can get this thing back rolling even more. So when I think about what Peyton Pritchard does on the defensive end, getting around screens, not just getting around screens, staying in front of guys, not fouling, and then on the offensive end, being able to knock down open shots, not taking ill-advised shots, I think he's the best backup lead guard in the game.
Man, but look though, the responsibility, like I'm not saying Peyton doesn't have that same responsibility, but Scottie Pippen coming off the bench, coming behind Ja Morant, right?
Sure.
So usually Ja comes off the floor, you see a huge drop off, right? That's not the case with Scottie, right? That's not the case. It's like you're not getting the same Ja Morant, but you still getting guys involved, like what's the guy? Larry, what's his name? How do you say his name? Larry from Memphis.
Oh,
Laravia. Laravia looks still good with Scottie Pippen. The dude, what is his name too? With an A?
Aldama.
Man, they got a lot of crazy ass names over there. Number one, they got a lot of crazy ass names over there.
Aldama been hooping.
Yes, he has, but he's looked great with Ja Morant, and he's looks great with Scottie Pippen. Mm-hmm. So that, to me, that tells me a lot. Like, okay, my best guard coming off the floor. By the way, these two guys may not be NBA players if they not on the Memphis Grizzlies. They may not be. But you take your starting guard out and put your backup guard in, and they still look good. That to me, that says a lot because those guys need somebody.
Boston, no, that's the same thing going on.
But Boston has more. No, I'm saying Boston has more established players that will be in the NBA
on their second unit. Like you think?
I don't know if Peyton Pritchard's run with the second unit like completely a lot. He still run with a couple stars.
But he does run with Tillman. He does run with Cornette.
Xavier Tillman was a good guy when he was in Memphis too, though. So yeah. I'm saying Laravia. Do you think Laravia would be an NBA player outside of the Memphis Grizzlies?
He in like year 3. We can.
Right. With who?
He's a young guy.
What about Adamas? What's his name?
He can play.
You ain't see Aldama in the Olympics. He was hooping.
He can play in Houston.
Aldama's solid. Aldama good.
He is solid. I'm talking about NBA player roster minutes on another team. NBA player roster minutes.
I think Aldama would play elsewhere. Jake Laravia, I don't know if he'd be in the rotation for most of it.
But to put Scottie Pippen with them and the dude Wells with him too. Sometimes they got Wells out there.
Jalen Wells
been playing well.
I agree. Jalen Wells.
I agree. He'd be hooping.
From Washington State, second round pick. He started last night.
He was clipped up. But what I'm saying is, Scottie Pippen Jr. is taking that credit, and it's more pressure coming right. He's been able to play with Ja, without Ja. But let's shift this to Ja Morant. Nobody want to talk about him because he can't leave them things alone.
Rewind. The pressure of playing behind Ja Morant as opposed to the pressure of playing on the world championship team.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
I play on the NBA championship team, and I can't kill us. If I'm the second unit guy, I got to keep this boat rolling. I got to keep this boat afloat. And I play for the NBA champion as opposed to playing for a guy who didn't play all last season, for a Memphis team who was in the lottery. And now I'm talking about playing for a championship team, not a championship contender. I'm on a championship unit. And I'm playing behind all league performers, and I got to keep this boat afloat. Who's got more pressure? I can tell you who doesn't, and that's Scottie Pippen.
No, it's not Scottie Pippen. It's Scottie Pippen, number one, because he's Scottie Pippen's son. That's number one. Let's get that out the way. Number two, what is mama doing? That's another thing. What is mama doing? And let's get that out the way. And number three, playing behind Ja Morant, another dude who got some crazy stuff going on too. Mm-hmm. Like you play behind him, you get in the game, and you make your teammates better. Not saying Peyton Pritchard doesn't, but to me, he doesn't raise the floor like Scottie Pippen does with those guys in Memphis. It's almost put out on the table for Peyton Pritchard, and he just handling his job. He show up on time. He do what he's supposed to do. He's a good worker. Scotty got to get it out the mud, and he got to do all this extra stuff. And he had one bad game. They gonna start talking about his mental health bad because of what his mama got going on. They gonna start doing all of this other stuff, and it's just Scotty got the most pressure. But Ja Morant is slowly creeping up, and we need to talk about this more. Ja Morant looked like a top 5 player in the NBA, bro. I'm just going to put that on there. He started.
Swiper, you wanted to say
he ain't look like a top 5 player when Ben Simmons is locking him up, but I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that, Mars.
Yeah, we'll ignore that game.
Ben Simmons won't be in the league long enough, so we'll ignore it.
Last night, in case you missed it, Ja Morant put on an absolute masterclass of a performance against the Milwaukee Bucks. Ja Morant had a triple-double. He had 26 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds, and he was just quite frankly unstoppable.
Unbelievable, bro. And his team isn't as stacked or star-studded like a lot of other teams.
It was without Desmond Bane.
Yeah,
last night.
His team ain't as stacked and star-studded like these other teams. Ja is unbelievable, bro. And his game is slowing down. That's what's like really eye-catching for me. Like how slow the game is starting to become. He's starting to think a little bit. As athletic as he is, he's not trying to do that all the time. And that's what's like really, really, really showing me something.
Sir?
Yes, I would just like to know the context of the conversation that we walked into. I apologize. I just got out of a unexpected work thing.
Hello, sir. How are you how are you this afternoon, Mr. Swiper? What's going on, brother?
It's been a long morning, but it's going well. I'm good to see my friends.
I don't know if I like your energy, Swiper.
No,
I gotta get you involved.
No, I'm good. Unexpected.
Okay. Right.
But yes. So I'm hearing Jake LaRavia, Aldama, and I'm hearing rotation. So it sounded like the conversation did. Go ahead. Please give me insight. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What we were talking about was I think that Peyton Pritchard is the best backup lead guard in the game, and Jordan talked about
guard or point guard.
Point guard. I'm sorry, point guard. And Jordan brought up Scottie Pippen Jr., which I think is valid because we watched him last night, and I think Scottie Pippen Jr. is doing a great job. And I brought up the point of why I think Peyton Pritchard is the best backup lead guard in the game.
And hold on, before you go, Swiper, TJ McConnell deserves a little run in this conversation.
100% he does, yes.
Proceed, Swiper.
Yeah, I agree too.
Backup lead point guard in the NBA.
Russell
and he says Scottie Pippen Jr. You think he's
fourth in the NBA and assists too, by the way.
Yeah. So this is not including. Well, obviously, Nembhard starting now, but Nembhard was formerly known as a backup point guard for that team.
Sure.
Mars, did you have a name that came to mind that you felt like would be pushed back for this?
Say it again, Mars. Say it again.
Okay. I'm not here to push.
Say his name.
Man, I'm not here to push him.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I know we don't. It's too early, but I guess Reed Shepherd is the backup.
Not bad.
Reed Shepherd playing like 3 minutes a game.
Yeah,
and right now he's not better than. And right now he's just not better than Scottie Pippen Jr. Maybe later on, but right now, no.
And by the way,
Scottie Pippen Jr. is ready to play.
If there was a team that you wanted your guards to get off against, it's obviously the Milwaukee Bucks. Just to be clear, so I don't want to. I want to put in context over the course of the year what guards have done.
Trey Mann's a really good backup point guard.
He is. Yeah, he's playing.
Is he a point guard? He's more of a shooting guard.
He announced he's the backup point guard. Like
he's point
guard. He don't play like it though. That dude announced he's shooting it when he did it.
Get into it, but he said he's the backup point guard.
So me and Chill talked about this yesterday. We were actually having this exact conversation on playback. And I can't remember the exact guy Chill brought up, but Trey Mann falls in the category of what I said that this guy qualifies for as a backup point guard. It's more like a Lou Will or Jamal Crawford, where it's like, yeah, you're coming in as the backup point guard, but you're more so coming in as just a backup bucket. Like your job is to come in. I don't necessarily see Trey Mann as a lead guard. I see him how Lou Will used to come in, where you're controlling the ball.
Lou Will used to do a damn good job at that point guard, though.
But it was more so him coming in and just getting buckets.
We knew who Lou Will. It wasn't news when Lou Will came on the floor what he was there for. It was not news. As soon as he came on the floor, Doc immediately started running action for him to get buckets. It wasn't Lou Will is getting this guy involved.
Not necessarily. He had Montrezl Harrell over there too, so they were running a lot of stuff with them two together.
Them two was getting busy.
How do you say Trey Mann isn't a backup point guard, but Peyton Pritchard is?
That's what I was gonna get at. That's why I said the difference between Scottie Pippen Jr. and
Gotta be racist. Gotta be. Trey Man was white.
difference between
Trey
Scottie
Man
Pippen
was
Jr.
white.
and Peyton Pritchard is that's why I got Scottie as the point guard.
Like Scottie Pippen Jr., I get it. He's more of a facilitator, playmaker.
Do people not have
Jose
Jose Alvarado in this conversation for them?
I wouldn't know.
I like Jose.
Jose. I think these guys all got a little bit on them.
Well, and then Trey Jones, if he was in a different situation.
If he wasn't,
but swiper. But listen, fourth in assists right now, bro. Fourth in assists.
I don't really do. Yeah, it's just too early. But I understand. I'm saying I'm not just counting it. I'm just saying it's just
the season just started a week ago Tuesday. So sure,
literally a week ago, basically.
Hey, he be doing his damn thing though. As long as he getting the minutes, and he's shooting 41% from three. As long as he getting the minutes, he's shooting like 48% from the field too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as he's getting his minutes, that's I don't know, sustainable.
My only thing with Scottie Pippen and even Trey Man too, which we've seen a little more from Trey Man, but I'm lumping them both into this. Is I gotta see it for the rest of the season in order to just anoint him as the best league guard in the game.
Of course,
we've seen TJ McConnell do this multiple years, and above all, we've seen him do it last year in the playoffs.
Bro. Like
we've seen Peyton Pritchard do this multiple years. Above all, we've seen him do it last year in the playoffs. So I gotta see Scottie Pippen Jr. do it for the duration of the year. But I just told you guys how I feel about Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, not mad at that.
Did y'all have a chance to?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was wondering, is Scottie as a backup league guard, is he better than Chris Dunn?
No.
I think so.
But he's a starter.
He better with the ball.
Yeah, but that's not he's better.
Yeah,
he's not a better no, especially in a playoff context. No, but it's just I think personally that the issue with
Chris Dunn was damn near out the league.
The worst.
Well, that's not his fault though.
Is also
Remember he was prior to it's just no. But I think some of this is going to be shown later on in the season. But I think Chris Dunn, as Mars not talked about a couple days ago, there's a real possibility he can be a starter in like 2 weeks.
Sooner rather than later,
yeah. So I don't know if he can be.
I can't see it. I can't see it because of the fact of his shooting. That's about it. I think
Terrence Mann is the one starting. He can't shoot.
Man, they love bro. I was there when they drafted Terrence Mann. Bro,
I don't get the infatuation.
They absolutely love Terrence Mann. And number one, I like
the fact that he got busy against Rudy in that playoff game, Mars. That was it.
But Terrence Mann is, I don't know if y'all know the Clippers like this. Terrence Mann is probably one of the only players that they've actually developed. They don't develop talent. He's one of the only ones that they've actually developed in probably franchise history. They've never developed.
And by the way, just for context about Chris Dunn, again, this is very limited sample size, so everybody understand. I don't promote this, but Chris Dunn 2 years ago, 47% from three on 1.6. Again, very limited sample size, obviously.
Yeah.
Very extremely limited sample size because games played and all that. But then he shot 37 last year. He's shooting 44 so far this year. So I'm saying that Chris Dunn has been on an uptick the last 3 years, which is why for me, Jordan, why I have been very loud about Chris Dunn, because I just don't think people realize how much better he's gotten over the last several years. But again, if you have a legitimate like tier 2 POA defender, tier 2 being whoever you feel like is in the conversation, not in the conversation with the best with Suggs and them, and then he's also getting better, I think he's going to be like spectacular next to James Harden too. But I really like Scottie. I like Trey Jones a lot. I like Trey Mann. I've seen Trey Mann ice out people like even last year when he was a rook or two. When did he get drafted? Last year?
I think this is his. No, I think this is
Trey Mann. Trey Mann.
Yeah, Trey Mann. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Maybe it's 4, bro. He was okay.
Yeah, it might be year 4. Yeah, it might be.
Because he was OKC, then 2 years. Yeah, Charlotte.
It's year 4.
Yeah, it's year 4 for Trey Mann. Trey Mann was damn near out the league too, though. He had to step in.
But I've seen
he wasn't playing for one.
He's the perfect guard that people give drop coverage killers. But yeah,
guard though. To me.
Did y'all primarily talk about the game yesterday with the Bucks yet? Because
that's what we was on now. We was pretty much on it now.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we spoke about it and then we got to Scottie Pippen. But if you want to,
well, I just think for me, man, Penn brought up a great point of their record yesterday. I think, and just with Doc Rivers, but I'm at this point, y'all, where I think that, and I don't want to like troll and yell because that's what that media took me out earlier. I don't have no yelling in today. I have straight basketball hoops talk.
Damn, Penn, this was the episode to be on.
No, it wasn't.
You would have been able to get the best of swipe.
And then here come Ron not doing host
Penn,
jobs.
pull up.
Ron, focus, Ron. As you were
that's what I'm saying,
I'm
bro.
just trying to get my man Penn a victory.
You see that?
As you were saying, we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're I think they're done. Like I think they're like I'm saying like I'm throwing in the towel like before the year. Before the year I told Mars had him. You had him a 4 seed, I think.
I had them as the fourth best team.
I had him. I was already out because I just think that like this is a bigger issue, and especially some rumblings I've heard about that team and about them like internally, like before the season started. And then if you just watch them, chill, Mars, Ron, if you just watch them from preseason from last year to preseason to now, that team hasn't played like a team, like together, since Doc got there. I would say the very first start, they started off with Mark, you remember it was like what they 0-5 or something like that. Like when Doc first got there, they were struggling to get a win, and then they got a win in Denver or in Milwaukee, I think. And then I don't know if Jokic played that game. I can't remember what happened there. And then they got another win, but they were struggling for the most part. Mm-hmm. And then, but it's just like their defense is already bad. I said that. I said their defense was going to be bad. But their defense is like bad, and it's like they're disengaged. Like it's not even like a thought. Like I'm watching Brook Lopez. He's like playing the softest in-between drop I've ever seen in my life. But a lot of this is because I think he's so worried about like the vertical spacing because he doesn't think anybody else is going to come and help and assist like weak side rotation, anything. Like their guard effort is trash. Gary Trent can't get around a screen. Dane can't get around a screen. Dame and Giannis aren't a duo. They're two really good players. One of them is all-time great. The other is very good. They're two really good players playing next to each other, and they don't have a two-man game for real. Giannis isn't a screen setter. He's never been a screen setter. And some of this is, I just think, like
he's
physicality.
He's more of a slip guy than he is a screen setter.
Always. And he's always been like that. He just isn't like a premier screen setter. But he can.
I felt like he set screens last night, though. I do. I felt like Ron and I were watching. I felt like he set screens last night. And I'm actually getting a better effort. I'm getting a better effort from Damian Lillard on defense. And to your point, when you talked about Brook Lopez in that soft drop, the reason why he's in that soft drop, because he's sick of switching 1s and 5s and getting put on Tyrese Halliburton and getting put on Jamal Murray. He's sick of that. Why am I 27 feet away from the basket having to cover De'Aaron Fox? What the hell am I doing out here? This is not my job.
But when you play drop though, the thing that makes drop coverage work is POA defense. And your big has to be able to play in between, but you really need backline assistance, like, and it has to be like elite. Sure. And for all the crap, obviously that like MPJ and them get MPJ, and they'll work backside, and so they'll use athleticism and link to help. But I'm looking at Giannis, man, and I'm like, at this point he is, and again, if people feel like I'm stretching this too far, I am more impressed by Giannis's offense than I am his defense by a considerable amount at this point. I just don't think Giannis has.
What about Giannis's offense is impressing you at this stage?
He's bro. I mean, since last year, throwing 37 on 60. Like he had 37 on crazy efficiency. What was he 17 to 22 yesterday?
He airballed a free throw.
Yeah, but then Giannis.
And the other one hit the bottom of the rim. And
right.
The one right after that hit the bottom of the rim. I was just like.
But then since last year, chill, he's averaging 32 on great efficiency, 11 and 6. Like he is that. But at this point in time, Giannis is not impacting that team defensively the way you would hope him. And I think that's where his value comes from. Like he has always been a really good offensive player in his prime, but it's the fact that his defense was so otherworldly that that's what made him transcendent in the best in the world conversation. But if Giannis is going to look like this, I think it just changes like the prospects of the team. But I also think the team around him isn't assisting at all.
Yeah, that's what it is, Swiper. I think
right, but
if we were to drop Giannis in,
if he went to a different situation,
let's drop Giannis on the Heat. So he's playing next to Jimmy, he's playing next to Jimmy. Like that would be he. I think he would look closer to old Giannis. You can't put a bunch of cones around him and all of a sudden.
Yeah, but Ron, it's also it's not just it's not that. And again, I agree to that point, but it's also on Giannis. Like I don't want to like say like it's Giannis has to be culpable in why their defense isn't functioning correctly like it used to.
Sure. Yeah,
so it's not that he's the main blame. Don't hear me say best defender on team, main blame, but there's some things that he has just simply not been doing for the last year and some change, I would say, just because of more physicality. I think it's because the load he has offensively. I think it's just because of the connection, but also, I think the culture is broken. They don't trust each other. They don't play for each other.
That's from a
They don't
leadership
believe in each other.
from the top too.
They don't believe in Doc Rivers.
That's from the top.
Like they have been, and again, they blame Bud, but Bud, his brother died. They had the whole situation happen. They got X'd out by Miami, who had an all-time shooting series, all that. And then Bud gets fired, and then you get Adrian Griffin in there. They go 30-13, but everybody, we talked about this last year a little bit. Their schedule was it was fluff. They were beating a lot of mid-team, bad teams.
They had the weakest schedule in the first half of the season.
Right. And so,
you still gotta beat them teams. They just
Yes, you
to
do.
That's what
No,
I'm
we
saying.
agree.
So
I never bought into that. I thought Adrian Griffin.
well,
did a damn
it
good
obviously
job.
was true, but the thing with Adrian, they had behind the scenes issues with Adrian. Like Adrian,
Ron,
would
they
have
wasn't
to
on
get
board with him. They weren't on board. Not all of them weren't on
You don't
board.
get fired like
They
that
were
if you're on terms with your best player.
Clearly the players weren't bought into
No,
what Adrian Griffin was
But do you
doing.
think they're on board with Doc Mars from what you've seen so far?
I don't think so, but I don't think you have to be bought in to give effort. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
I
think
agree.
100% you do. Yes, you do.
I don't
Boss.
think. I mean, if
As a player-
you can't give effort because you
No.
don't believe in the coach's philosophy, then I
Yes.
think that's a you problem. That's a you problem.
Mhm.
I don't have to agree with my coach to still try on the court.
Right.
I
You
don't
don't.
think that takes much. You should still.
But
try.
here's the difference. The difference. There's a difference between show, because I could show up. That's effort right there. I could just show up. And the difference between showing up and giving maximum effort. If you can see guys like, for example, your Houston Rockets. Those guys are bought in, Mars. Those guys are in on Ime Udoka. 100%. They are bought into what he's doing. I see them giving maximum effort. They aren't just showing up like they did with Steven Silas. I can show up and just give effort. No. The idea is to give maximum effort. And sure, I'm not going to be able to give maximum effort on every play, but you can tell when a guy is actually playing and when a guy is just here. And it seems like with this Milwaukee Bucks team, a lot of those guys are just there. That's not going on in Houston. That's not going on in Memphis. That's not going on in New York. That's not going on in Miami. That's not going on in those
It's not going on in the Nets.
That's not going on in
It's not going on in Denver. It's not going on in Houston.
You shouldn't have to like your coach to dive on the floor. Like, you shouldn't have to like your coach to go track down a rebound. You shouldn't have to like your coach to go close out. Like, if you have to like your coach to do this,
No, Mars. That's not what I'm saying. Nope. So let's get to the bottom of that right now. I don't have to like you to believe in what you're doing. I don't. I might think that you suck at your people skills, but I think that you do a great job in navigate. I think you do a great job in putting together defensive schemes. I think you do a great job in that, and that enhances my skill. I'm bought in on that. You know what? I actually don't like the way your voice sounds, though. I can't stand to hear you talk from time to time. But I love the fact that how you put me in a position to rebound better. I love that. So I'm gonna give more effort in that aspect. Now, when we're talking about Doc Rivers, we're talking about a guy who a lot of guys sometimes can be. I think they can tune him out. And I don't like that when you're talking about having a great player like Giannis on your team and Damian Lillard on your team, because I feel like we wasted them. I do. I feel like we're wasting those guys. So with that being said, Mars, how about you hand over Sengun? How about you hand over Tari Eason? How about you hand over 3 of them ones, and I'll give you Giannis? How about that?
Wait. No. We want a min and Reed Shepard too.
No.
We want a min and Reed Shepard.
I'm willing. I was thinking about it.
I got Mars on the line. I got him on line 1.
I'll give you Dylan Brooks.
Bye. No, conversation's over. No. It's over.
And I'll give you a pick. Be honest.
Well,
if you give me
okay.
one pick for Giannis, you're gonna have to give me
No. Stop.
Mars, we can do that. Take Torian and Chris.
Why are we just dream scenario? It's not happening. They're not giving up one pick or Dylan Brooks, Shingun.
You're gonna give up MPJ and
Shingun, Amen, Reed. They're all gonna be in whatever I want. If you're gonna give me Giannis, I'm giving you whatever I want. Especially those mid players in that roster. Let's talk about Shingun later. But I think some of this is like, do you think it's fixable? Chill. We have 42 games in sample size at this point with Doc Rivers and this team. 42. Half a season.
And they have a losing record, by the way, too, with Doc Rivers.
Yeah, they have a losing record, and then also in the playoffs, I think they could have beat the Pacers, maybe, but I don't know.
They were 1-4.
I know. I agree. So,
Swiper. So with Adrian Griffin, they go 30-13. Now with Doc, I don't know the exact record, but I know
I think it's 19 and 20 and 23, if I remember correctly. I think it's 19 and 23.
So like 4 or 5 games under 500 with them. I do think this is fixable. I do. And if we can't fix this by January, I'm out. I'm out.
Out what? We mean out.
They're 18 and 22 with Doc in the regular season.
So
18 and 22.
So 4 games under 500. What I mean when I say I already think they're fool's goals anyway. I do. And with Giannis and with Damian Lillard, that's the only thing I'm holding on to with this crew. That's the only thing that I'm holding on to with this crew. I think that the effort with Taurean Prince on the perimeter, with Gary Trent, I think it has to get better. I think that they got to be better defensively. Now, I ain't saying that I'm looking for all league defenders, but I think that they got to compete more. They got to do a better job in getting around screens. They got to do a better job.
They look old, though. They're like slow. They're old and they're slow. Like, they look slow. And you know you can't look slow. And
I do understand that. And I know what Mars is going to say to me. Like, I can't make you do something that you can't do. I can't do that. Right. I 100% get that idea that I can't make you do something that you can't do. But when you've shown me that you can do it to some degree. So, for example, I can't make you run a 100-yard dash in 10 seconds when I know for a fact that you can't do it. But you showed me that you can run 100 yards, though. You've shown me that you can do that. So if you show me that you can run, there is something there. So Taurean Prince, when I watched him with the Lakers, when I watched him in other spaces, he's shown that he will compete on the defensive end. He's shown that.
Lakers fan wanted him shipped out.
Is he great on defense? No, he isn't. Which means that what we are right now, we can get better than what we are right now. What that means essentially is we can suck less. That's essentially what that means. So I do think that this thing is fixable to an extent. I don't think that they're a championship team. I don't think that they're an NBA Finals team. I don't think that they're that good, but I do think that they can be better than what they are.
Oh man, you a hater. Bucks and 6.
Cook. Still got them as the 4th best team in the NBA. Man.
Bucks and 6.
Still got them as the 4th best team in the NBA.
Hey, Chris Middleton gonna come back. Dame gonna wake up. Giannis is gonna Giannis. Bobby Porter's gonna start hitting threes.
Oh my god, trade Bobby Porter.
If that's what we are, we waiting on Bobby Portis to make threes. We in trouble.
Nah, we waiting on Chris Middleton to get back. If everybody else was logically missing their third option and second best player in the clutch, we will be giving everybody grace.
Who?
What do you mean who?
Who's missing that?
The Bucks.
Second best player in the clutch?
Yeah.
Why? I'm not being disrespectful to Giannis. Please stop.
That's what I'm talking about. Giannis is first, Chris Middleton second.
Over Damian Lillard?
So now you're being disrespectful to Dame.
Wait, what? You just Dame and Giannis are the two much clutch players. What are you talking about?
Respect
Chris Middleton wasn't hitting them daggers in the playoffs. Right.
Facts.
Yes,
Facts in the championship.
Yes, he was. Is he doing that more? Is he doing that more than Damian Lillard does?
No,
he did it 3 months ago, 4 months.
He was hurt. Dame was hurt. He was clearly hurt.
All right, cool. And Chris Middleton did it.
Yeah. I'm taking Dame. I'm taking Dame.
I don't know why you guys just putting Giannis. Giannis is like third for real. But I mean, I guess whatever.
I'm trying not. Y'all trying to turn this into a Giannis slander space, so I'm not going to allow it.
Oh, we can recognize though, Swiper. The basketball is radioactive when we get in the meat and potatoes of the game. And Giannis.
No, it's not. He literally is one of the best scorers in the clutch. By the way, just to be clear.
Yeah, and so is Chris Middleton. So
yeah, he's okay. I wouldn't take him over. I mean, I might. I mean, he's probably more clutch than the Houston Rockets player. We can talk about that a little later if you want. But
okay.
Ron, do you think they turn it around?
He must be talking about that number 28. He's not talking about number 4. Can't be talking about number 4. So I'm just gonna assume he's talking about number 28.
Yeah, Swiper, we're gonna get it going.
All I know is that.
Are you still with the Bucks or the Pacers?
Yes, I'm with both.
I
told
you riding with two teams in the same division. So what happens when they meet up with each other?
Why would they meet up with each other?
Because they're in the same division and they just
did, Ron. They just did.
When they play each other, I just don't watch. And then I come on here and I listen to you guys talk about it.
So your wife and your mistress both show up to the show. You ain't coming to the show? Is that
no, chill. I know I ain't gonna be there.
That's what makes sure.
But all right, y'all, we do got to move on. Salute to everybody that's in here. Make sure you like the video. And also, yesterday was Halloween. And so in light of yesterday being Halloween, we got a chance to see a couple players in costumes and whatnot. So let's have a little fun chat. Let me go ahead and throw this on the screen and let's see who won Halloween.
Ask out.
These are some of the looks we got. And these aren't just NBA players, by the way. This first one is Pascal Siakam as Andre 3K.
Oh,
How we liking this?
that's dope. I like that.
Let me zoom in
I do like that. That's dope.
Shout out Pascal. He really
Word.
nailed that.
It is dope.
Next, we got Asia Wilson coming with her recess.
Nice.
I didn't even know she did that. That's dope. Word.
Check out Asia.
She did the Sierra. Man, hey, does she have short hair on the far right one?
Whoa. So where you going with that one?
What do you mean? Did Sierra did the TLC No Scrubs video? I don't know if you remember that. She did all three characters.
Somebody else did a little Sierra. I seen something that was crazy.
Sierra, I don't know. Coco Golf.
Yeah, Coco came through with the
Legend.
Deadpool.
I like that. That's dope.
Julian Edelman and Gronk
Love that.
with their Dumb and Dumber.
That should be Darvin and Dog.
I was about to say that.
Facts.
Freaking frack over here.
Mhm.
Christian McCaffrey.
Is that from this year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his chick?
Yeah, his wife.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Oh,
George Kittle. Well, George and Claire
By
Kittle.
the way, I want everybody to stay here. I want everybody to know George Kittle is the clear best tight end in football. By the way, the absolute pinnacle of the sport. Yeah, clear. It's not even a conversation. And also, his wife played basketball at Iowa. She was also cold.
She was good.
back
She
in
was
the
good.
day.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. I like the Princess
some
Leia.
jeans right there, brother.
Cool.
Jeans, Jordan.
With some jeans.
Here we
right
go. Where's Penn when you need him? We got the kid Dick.
He's
and
covering
Scotty
the
Barnes.
he's covering the orbital fracture.
Literally.
Scotty Barnes look like Giannis.
Play like him too. Best player.
What's Grady Dick supposed to be? This green dude. What is that?
A Teletubby?
He's a Teletubby.
Oh, okay. You would think that I would know that.
Yeah,
Considering.
Brock Bowers is on the way up. He's on pace for 1,200 yards this year, by the way.
Mhm.
If I was Grady Dick, I would have picked another costume.
Yeah, he looks like a green.
That's the
Scared.
point guard
I
for
was scared
Memphis.
everybody.
Yeah, Yuki Kawamura,
Yeah,
5'8".
yeah, 5'5".
No, he ain't that short.
No,
He's
he's
not that
5'8". You know,
5'8".
Hey, look at Ron.
Yeah.
5'8",
Definitely-
5'5", same thing.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Not ask the 5'5" man if they were about to be
Yeah,
5'8".
definitely not the same thing. I can't get away with claiming 5'8". I promise.
Hell no, Ron. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, little man, how tall are you? 5'5"?
Little man.
Chill out.
Jay Huff channeling his best
Kuzma?
Kuzma tunnel fit.
Yeah,
If
shout
I'm
out
in the
to him.
locker room and I'm trying to get ready for the game, and this dude walked in with this on, with this sweater that's wet, I'm trying to focus, man. I can't be around.
That's
this.
drip. I don't know what to tell you. That's drip.
Get that shit out of here, Mars.
That's international.
I'm not gonna
Nah,
lie. I think this might have been my favorite costume of the day.
That's drip.
I ain't talking about Jay. I'm talking about Kuzma.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I think Jay won a costume of the year with this.
I think that's drip. I don't know what to tell you. I think that's great.
I'm trying to.
How the hell did Kyle Kuzma shake your hand on that?
Russell Westbrook pulling up his Joker.
I wonder what
Dope
Joker
teammate.
actually thought about that. I hope somebody asked him.
That's dope.
I mean, that's the different Joker. It's not that Joker.
Yeah, it's not him.
What do you mean?
Russell Westbrook always put on some cool costumes, though.
No, I know, but he did it in Denver, obviously next to Joker. So I'm just curious, But Russ is him and his wife do amazing job for Halloween every year.
Every year.
Another great player at UCLA, by the way. Yeah, bro, y'all weren't here. Y'all weren't here. Y'all don't know what this is. Y'all weren't here for this.
I have no idea what that is.
Nah, Jordan, listen to me. If you want to tap in, all right, and you want to get in Studio Ghibli, you've never tried it before. Spirited Away is an amazing movie, Jordan. You can find it. You might be able to find it on Fanimation. I don't know if you can find it there. I'll help you find the source, bro. That movie is hard. I love that movie. I love that movie so
I
much,
have
bro.
no idea what that
This is from the movie Spirited Away.
Yep, it's a great movie. Mm-hmm.
It was one of them
everybody's
yesterday.
saying that.
I don't know who it is, and I don't know if you have it wrong.
HBO.
He dressed up.
Shout
as,
out HBO, bro.
He dressed up as Inspector Gadget. I thought that was dope.
Who
Yo,
did?
chill.
I forgot who it was. He dressed up as Inspector Gadget yesterday. That was dope.
Remember on Playback Chill when they were showing the old costumes or people's best costumes over the years, and
Yes.
somebody came through with the Professor Clump.
Yes.
Hey,
That was lit.
he was
is
actually
Spirited
Professor
Away
Clark.
anime?
Yeah. but just give it a chance. No, Jordan. I'm saying just give it a chance. Just give it a chance. House Moving Castle, Spirit Away, Princess Mononoke, The Boy in the Heron. Just give it a chance. Trust me. I'm putting my reputation on the line. I'm telling you, give it a chance, and you might end up liking it.
I'll tell you the truth, Swiper. I was a kid, man. I didn't watch cartoons as a kid, bro.
Well, I can tell.
Yeah, I was straight serious. Sports.
I used to be that way too, Jordan.
Listen to some of your takes.
No business watching.
What? How do you not watch cartoons as a kid? That's like part of being a kid.
I'm gonna watch cartoons and
I'm not watching cartoons. Yeah, bro, I'm not watching cartoons when I can go watch Catino Mobile.
What are you doing at 7 years old on a Saturday morning?
I need a tip, Drew.
I'm going to a baseball game or a basketball game. And then when
at 7, in second grade?
Oh yeah, but they had them definitely at the park. You had to go walk to go get it too. Wasn't no Ubers, wasn't none of that. It was straight walking, 2.5 miles. No wonder why we played so good. We was already in game shape by the time we got there. So I'm telling you, bro, I watched baseball every damn game, bro. I wasn't watching none of that cartoon stuff. I didn't even like SpongeBob, bro.
And you was watching the weak ass Astros.
Well, SpongeBob was cable.
Yeah, for you, brother.
You don't have to watch that. I watched Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. I was tapped all the way.
I've never watched any of that.
Oh yeah, Mars, you're not.
Maybe when I was a small kid, I might have watched Teletubbies and what's the other one? Barney and crap like that. But once I got past that stage, I ain't watching.
So you saying you wasn't in the streets with Arthur when it first came out? You tripping?
I was in the streets with Arthur. I give the Arthur joint. But I'm saying after that, I wasn't watching no anime, none of that.
Bro, Samurai Jack, Tenchi Muyo, Tenchi in Tokyo, Tenchi Universe, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Saga, Cell games. I mean, bro, the Majin Buu games. Keep going. Keep going. Jordan, let me tell you my schedule. I used to go. I would work out before school. I would go to school. I would get done at like 3:30. I would go home. I would watch Fresh Prince and Bill Cosby, and then I would go to practice. I would come home. I would watch 7 p.m. Cartoon Network. They played Tenchi Muyo, Tenchi Universe, Tenchi in Tokyo, Dragon Ball Z would come on from 7 to 9. I would watch all that stuff, have all my homework done, and then maybe at night, if I had time, I'd play my N64 with the Pokemon. You could put the Pokemon slot in at the top. Remember, you had the Pokemon game. You could put your Game Boy slot inside of the Game Boy, and it downloaded all of your Pokemon directly off the Game Boy into the N64, and it was one of the coldest games ever. And all my Pokemon were 100 HP. Shout out, bro. I was tapped in. No, I don't care. I don't care. I turned out great. Y'all should have did it. Y'all should have did it.
None of that, bro. I was watching ESPN, 2 channels.
Hey,
I was watching Midnight Love too. Midnight Love was cold. I wasn't watching Uncut like you. I was watching Midnight Love. I wanted love. I wanted loving. That's what I wanted. I wanted some loving.
Yeah.
What kind of loving? Because after 12 o'clock, boy, you gotta
turn the TV off. Hey, look, I saw. Hey, Jordan, I'm not gonna say.
Turn my TV up.
Jordan, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, Jordan. But when I with that,
hey, Swiper, I'm letting you know the trick right now. You got to keep 2 channels. You got to keep a second channel on deck now. I
know. I used to beat them allegations too. My mom.
Hey,
you hear the creeping. You hear the floor creaking upstairs.
Hey, you got to beat. Hey,
see,
you got to beat them allegations.
But all right,
so know what we talking about. That's why. Chill though.
We got to get to these.
Mars may not know. Mars been a little bit young. He don't know. He a little wet behind the ears. He don't know nothing. That's past his era.
Kilver sent through a super chat. He said, Rockets, top 5 seed on the way. Jalen Green has been our best player and been our closer in the fourth quarters. His defense has been impressive so far. Has been the most impressive. How are we feeling about Jalen Green right now?
I'll go first because I know Mars want this from me. I will honestly say Jalen Green has been playing good the last couple of games.
Wait. Keep going.
If you look at the stats,
you give it to Scottie Pippen Jr. too. Keep going in the last year.
Look. If you look at the stats, you won't kind of be blown away. But if you actually watch the game, like as far as his effort on defense, as far as the timing of his shots at the end of the games too, or like when the Rockets just on the scoring drought and then he just go crazy, got to give it to it. Respect it.
What are you looking at in terms of Jalen Green and his improvement? What have you seen so far?
I think I've been kind of blind to it. That's why I got my shades on now. But I think I've been kind of blind to his development because I've been wanting him gone so bad.
Right. So he's been ignoring everything.
And my thing is, I had already put it in my mind of what that player looks like fully developed. and I'm not sold
out.
on this. So it's like, yeah, I'm
You
already out. It's
out.
all right, he can get better, but he's not gonna get that much better.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm out. But I respect that he been playing hard. I respect that. He ain't having them issues that y'all was just talking about. Like a coach got to tell you to dive on the floor, and he ain't having them issues. Right. He playing hard. I just can't see that taking off into a true number one.
Hey, by the way, can somebody check DraftKings for the Chet DPOY numbers right now? What's the numbers we can get right now, Ron? You know, somebody check FanDuel or something real quick.
I don't know.
You passionate about Chet DPOY?
I'm throwing my money. I'm telling y'all right now. If I was in a legal state, hey Jordan, put a band on it right now.
Two things, Jordan. One, his ability. This is why being a great athlete matters, and being a great athlete, and then being able to retain information like what Ime Udoka has been giving him. His ability to attack the big and drop has improved dramatically. He is not out of control. He is way more in control when attacking the big and drop. Before, he didn't know what exactly he was doing. He's now using his weak hand. He's now using the rim to protect him and protect shots. Before, he would just take wild shots. Him being able to navigate through screens, he gets low and gets around those screens, and he's able to recover now. Before, he wouldn't even compete. He'd get hit on the screen and just die. He's not doing that anymore. I'm looking at a guy in Jalen Green. I'm asking you, and just like Penn asked me to start watching more Scotty Barnes, I'm asking you, all right? And I know where you at with it, Jordan, right? I know where you at, and you might be out. All I'm asking you to do is open up your mind. Just crack the door a little bit.
I cracked it.
Just crack the door a little bit. And
just don't overreact to the Warriors game, right? Because Jalen Green struggles against the Warriors, so he's gonna have a bad game on Saturday.
Yeah, but my thing is
ignore that game, and then we'll get back to regular schedule program.
Mark, stop doing that because you did that last night. You did the same thing last night.
I was hoping Jalen Green was going. I didn't say Jalen Green was going to play bad last night. I just said Luka and Clay and them was going to have the magnets going in. And they didn't until the fourth quarter. And then what happened? Magnet ball started happening. Luka can't miss. Clay making nonsense. It was getting tight.
You know what I do like about Jalen Green, though, that's really improving. And to your point, Chip, I don't think he's really improved in that drop shooting, the one you talking about. He takes a lot of them. He takes a lot of them damn shots. He make a miss. It's just like it go in some days it don't. But one thing that really I think is helping him with his finishes, he's slowing down and finishing. He used to try to finish everything fast and try to dunk it. Now he like slowing down, using his body, using his reach to like finish at the rim rather than trying to get to the goal and try to put everybody on a poster. So that's helping him out, especially when his jump shot not falling. Like he had a couple of nice finishes last night that was pretty impressive to me. And I was like, oh, he's slowing down. Like, I'm not trying to punish everybody. I'm trying to just get a leg.
Jordan, you sound like, just from being around you for as long as I've been around you, you sound like a dude who gravitates toward players who the game slows down for them.
Yeah,
and they get
for
better.
sure.
And I'm watching
when they're extremely good.
Right. And Jalen Green, he didn't have that weak hand pull up in the mid range like
to the left. Yeah.
He didn't have that. It's much better now. He didn't have
Still
that.
Got to slow down, don't you? I think if he slows down, I forget that too. I definitely forget that.
He is slowing down. He didn't have that. He didn't have that weak hand pull up at the long ball line like that. He had it, but it was ill-advised. It was out of control. It's not like that anymore. It's slowing down. So all I'm asking, Jordan, just crack the door, brother. That's it. Just crack the door.
I got you.
That's it. That's all I'm asking.
Jordan, crack the door, or he gonna kick the door in. You choose.
No.
He can stay behind the door. Jordan's fine. I mean,
and he gonna get kicked down with the door.
That's cool. He can
I'm just saying. I know Mars a little young, man, and you know I've been watching the Rockets all my life. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I've seen these guys. Jalen Green to me reminds me of the Kevin Martin stage. Like Kevin Martin's pretty damn good, but he ain't the guy to take us over the hump.
But Kevin Martin's also not Jalen Green, too.
Kevin Green ain't Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin was solid, bro.
I get what you're saying in terms of like the archetype of like this explosive scorer who you believe doesn't do much in the other areas and and the consistency and stuff. But like, I'm gonna be honest, there's a direct correlation between Jalen Green playing well and the Rockets win. Like,
I would agree.
There's an extremely direct. When Şengün doesn't play well, but Jalen Green plays well, the Rockets can win.
Not a coincidence.
But when Jalen Green doesn't play well, the Rockets more often than not lose.
That's
Like
not a
Jalen
coincidence.
Green playing well is a recipe for success for his team. Like I don't like that has to mean something that clearly he's impactful. Clearly,
I agree,
This
but
is
he takes a lot of the shots too,
consistent.
though. Mars, he takes a lot of the rocket shots. He takes
He's
the
the
most.
only one you can rely on to reliably get a bucket.
I mean, we don't know if Jalen Green gonna take 28, and then you hold on.
He hasn't taken 28 shots the whole year.
And I've been holding this back because I know
I'm here for
Fred
Jalen Green
VanVleet
taking
brother.
28 shots, though.
Look,
If he
I'm not
make it,
here
I
for.
swear
I'm not
I'm
here
here
for
for
Fred VanVleet taking that many shots and missing them. I'm not here for that.
Yeah, but
Man.
Fred is the only one who like the accountability stuff don't apply to. He can play as bad as he wants, and he gonna stay in the game.
I'm off.
Is that because you don't have a backup lead guard, Mars? What's the problem?
No, you got a backup. You got a starting guard that can put him in.
So is it the money then? What's the problem? Is
I don't
the
know.
men not ready?
He may love his vets, so his vets
Yeah.
just got a longer leash than the young guys. Like Şengün hasn't closed the last 2 or 3 games because of defensive reasons, and he hasn't really had it going offensively.
Right.
Jalen
Yeah.
Green was on the bench a lot in crunch time last year. Jabari's been benched. The only guys who don't get benched are Dylan and Fred. They're the only guys who don't get benched.
Yeah,
So-
I get it. It's like, damn, but Fred in that contract year, and he's trying to shoot that thing like he is, bro. I'm like, dog, I don't want to see you go 4 for 14, 4 for 18, or 3 for, bro. I don't want to see you do that shit, man. We drafted Jabari Smith number 2, and we drafted Jalen Green. Them guys need to get a chance, bro.
Respect Reed Shepard.
But Reed
ain't even playing.
Yeah, Reed is playing like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm
he ain't
just
playing.
But
But I'm saying for Fred VanVleet, we drafted 2 guys, number 2 or whatever. We drafted Jabari number 2 or 3.
2.
3. Okay, so
3?
we drafted.
That was number 2.
Yeah, Chet was number. So we
my bad,
drafted
same here.
Jabari 3, Jalen Green 2. I want to see them guys shoot the ball more. I want to exhaust Jabari Smith out to know if he's that guy that we drafted at number 2. We have yet to give him that opportunity, bro. And it's like, I hate that because people say, "Oh, he's trash. He's it," and it's like, bro, we haven't given him that opportunity that he was probably promised when he was drafted number 2. We haven't gave it to him.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Fred this year at all. Defensively,
I
offensively.
told y'all how I felt about Fred.
No, because last year we needed him. We weren't like when Fred went on the floor, our offense just went to hell. Like that was because
The
that was a large
been
part
bad
because
too this year when he on the floor.
it was a large part because Jalen just wasn't good. But now Jalen's good. Like Fred is just out there, just he's taking away possessions, doing nonsense, and it's like get off the court. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have a man was playing hell of fire defense on Luka. Tari Eason is competing and hustling and doing everything I said Tari Eason gonna do. Jabari, I mean, people are not liking Jabari because he's not like Kevin Durant, like they thought they were gonna get. But like defensively at 6'11", the versatility, the rebounding, he can make mid-range turnaround jumpers against mismatches. He can make threes. I would like him to be more consistent from 3, but he'll get into a rhythm as the season goes on. I know he can shoot. Jabari's cool. Şengün, I think he's dealing with a back problem right now. He's playing through it. It's cool, but Şengün gonna get back to playing at a very strong level. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need Fred playing 39 minutes, especially when he's playing that badly. Like, there's no reason for him to be playing that.
Yeah,
but
especially when we got young guys too that we trying to get a look at. Like, my thing is, you're not a championship team. Let's get a look at these young guys, man. Let's get a look at these guys that we invested capital into. Not saying we ain't invested capital in Fred VanVleet because he get paid an awful lot of money, brother. You getting out of here next year. So let's take a look at men more. Let's take a look. I really want them to go to Jabari a lot more. Like, give Jabari the same, not obviously the same opportunity as Jalen Green, but give him the same opportunity in a way as Jalen Green.
Mars knows
give him them opportunities.
Mars knows.
Yeah,
exactly
you guys are really high on Jabari. I'm just here like
really like Jabari.
I love him.
It's only one way to tell though.
Jordan's
right.
I think the idea of Jabari Smith is strong. The idea, he's a good player.
But
I don't see the
given that chance to show because he hasn't been given a chance.
But he's not. They have 12,000 young players on the roster, and he's not one of the top 2. He's not going to get the chance.
He's one of the one, but he was drafted 2. When you draft a guy 2, you don't
3,
just move.
3.
Okay, but 3 in the draft that was star.
Okay, but then they got Jalen Green, they got Alperen Şengün, they got Amen Thompson, they got Reed Shepard, they got Cam Whitmore.
Jabari Smith is better than all of them. Jabari Smith is better than all of them.
He's better than who? He's better than who? He's better than who? He's better than who?
Sorry, last night.
He's not better than.
There's too many yappers up here today. One at a time.
He's not
better. He was better than Tari last night.
I won't argue that.
Jabari
better than Tari.
Jabari is not our best player.
He's not.
No, I didn't say he's the best player. I'm talking about all the guys that Swiper just named.
He's not.
Tari
He named
Eason.
all our young guys. He named all
He
of
better
them.
than Tari Eason. He better
No,
than
he ain't.
Yes, he is. He's better
No,
than
he
Tari
ain't.
Eason.
Yes,
He's
he
better than
I don't have an
Amin
issue with
Thompson. He's
Tari.
better than Reed Shepard. He's better than Cam Whitmore.
I'm sorry, bro. I've watched. Let me tell you how this is how.
I think he's better than Cam, and I think he's better than.
This is how I feel. I watched
He better than
Amin
me,
Thompson
too.
for I think 3 games last year, and I was like, okay, that's one. That's one pillar. That's one pillar.
Have you seen him play this year, Swiper?
I mean,
Amen.
no, it's just.
I'm just saying that to say he looks even better this year.
Yeah, but like it's.
Some guy look even worse.
But I
though.
mean, it's like I said.
You don't see that turnaround? You don't see that turnaround yesterday? I seen that turnaround.
Man, it's 4 games
stop
into the
it.
year.
Stop
Like I
it,
just
Mars.
try not to.
Yeah,
Mars,
Keep
they
going,
play
Swiper. I'm
blitzing
sorry.
coverage.
Well, no, it's
when
just
the
too
man is
early. Like I don't have real takeaways from this season other than I think it is like people are just learning how to play basketball again. Like they literally took 3 months off and then now they're here. I think by the time we get to game 15, game 20, it's like all right, cool. We know who. But I think Amen. I've said this already. I think Amen, Reed, and probably Şengün are probably going to be their pillars in the future. I think Jalen's going to be gone. I think Jabari. I think he'll be a nice role player. I don't know what he actually develops and grows into, but I think I'm taking those 2 for sure. Reed and Amen, and then Şengün. That's probably my core right there for me. For me personally.
Swiper, you wouldn't take the guy that's proving it right now.
Who?
He's
Jalen Green.
I'm all right.
So
I
Why is
personally
he
don't
taking
want
off?
Jalen Green.
So we don't got a sample size with the other guys.
No, that's fine. No, because he likes Reed coming into the league and his archetype. Amen Thompson, he saw it last year, and Şengün was our best player for the last 2 years. Okay. Swiper.
Hey, as far as the trade,
I'm just saying. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Okay,
Go ahead, Mars. Go ahead, Mars.
Hold on. Keep going.
Hypothetically,
going.
if Jalen Green,
Yeah. Hypothetically, if he does this, yeah.
Jalen Green played like this the whole year.
Whole year, yeah, 1,000%. He's like 3rd team All NBA. Like at that point, I mean, that's just like a.
I think Jalen Green's making the All-Star team this year. I do.
Chill. That's what I'm saying.
Chill.
Every time we get to this line, chill. You jump over. I said this to you yesterday.
He's making the All-Star team this year.
damn, chill. I gotta disagree with that.
Now, let me
I
ask you
want
this
it to
question.
happen. I want the Rockets to have an All-Star. But I think the West-
So in the direction that they're going, because I think they're a top 5 seed. They got a 28-game guy on their roster. Who's been great. I'm trying to figure out how he doesn't make the All-Star team this year.
If
they
he's
keep-
28,
Because Şengün's their best player.
keep going.
Because Şengün's their best player, and your best player is always going to make the All-Star game above the other.
he hasn't been our best player.
Okay, sure, but I'm saying he is. So
For
he
months,
is their best
he hasn't
player.
been your best player.
What do you mean
I'm
for?
gonna be
For
honest.
months.
If this is who Jalen Green is, this player is better than Şengün.
I'm so
As a matter of
man.
fact, he's been better all 2024. Well,
Yeah.
for the majority of 2024. If you put everything together, the majority of 2024 he's been better.
I'm not
Disagree
going
with that, Ron.
I'm not going to.
If they get 2 All-Stars before a team that won a championship,
I didn't
gets
say
2
2.
All-Stars.
I said Jalen Green's making the All-Star team.
But
Who is a more tradable piece, Jabari Smith or Jalen Green?
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green probably has more value in terms of upside, but a championship team would probably
It's
like a
definitely
contender.
Jabari.
Jabari Smith. It's
A contender
definitely
would
Jabari.
Jabari.
He's still on his rookie
Man,
deal. The money
Jabari.
works.
But yeah,
Bro,
but Jalen
Jabari
Green,
Smith,
if you're getting a
he one of them guys
$25 points
that
per
got
game
away.
score at $33 million a year, he could go to Portland right now.
Yeah, a
And-
team that's willing, to bet on
yeah.
upside would take Jalen. A team that wants someone to contribute to winning would take Jabari because he's a 6'11"
Right now.
switchable score. I just don't see the upside you guys see with Jabari. That's my issue. But if this is who Jalen Green is Houston's best player. If this is who he is. Now, if this is this sustainable? That's the question. And I'm fine having that be a question because the consistency with Jalen Green has not been consistent throughout his career. So I'm understanding hesitancy.
Sure.
But if this is who he is, he's better than Şengün. I think that's obvious.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So
I'm just not jumping the ship on Şengün personally. But I'm not saying you are either. I'm just saying
I'm solely saying if this is who he is, there's a chance he regresses back to the previous years, which I hope.
I don't think so, Mars. I think that we're in a different space with him. Just seeing how much more disciplined he is, just seeing his shot selection, seeing his effort on defense. I think we're in a different space with Jalen Green. I see the maturity that I was looking for. I see it coming with him. I do. I don't think that
he still needs to develop the in-between game. That's the next step.
100% he does. Yes, that and I think that that's coming too because you've seen him with the weak hand with the stop and pop. I think that that's coming, Mars. I think the Animal House days with Steven Silas, I think those days are over. I think we're in a space where you come in the room and the room is clean. Like it ain't socks all over the place. The bed might not be like a Marines, but it's made now. Before it was sheets all over the place and it was everywhere. It's different now with this kid. It is.
Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Jalen Green and Cam Thomas are the same players.
What?
No, they're not.
I'm not
They
doing
are
that.
not.
I mean, prior to March, I'm not tripping. Prior to March, oh, whatever. But no, Cam has never shown this. Respect.
I'm not doing.
Joe, what?
I'm not
sorry. I'm not even a Jalen Green guy, but no.
What haven't Cam shown? So what is Cam showing lately?
Oh, Cam can score. He not Jalen Green, but Cam can score. He not Jalen Green.
Damn.
I said last year, I think Jalen Green need to be turning on SGA tape and just watching it, watching SGA tape.
So y'all don't think Cam gonna keep this up? Y'all don't think Cam?
I don't think
I think Cam's gonna be an extremely high volume scorer this year. I don't doubt Cam Thomas' ability to score. Jalen Green clears him in every other area, every single one.
I think they're both going to keep this up. I see them both doing something. I mean, the points per game might come down 2, 3, 4 points, but it's going to be very similar.
24. I think Cam will average about 26, probably. That's probably where I would guess.
But all right, y'all. Shout out to Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets. They improved to 3-2 and chill. They're the number 4 seed as of right now. But they improved to 3-2, and the Dallas Mavericks fall to 3-2 as well. The Rockets beat them 108-102 last night. In large part due to Jalen Green's contributions. He had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and
we haven't had a real conversation about Luka Doncic this year either. By the way,
we tried to earlier. Ron went to the ad on me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean he's in a.
But can we? But just set up Mars. Can we not do what we did with JT yesterday? Just like shooting variants. Like I'm saying, like
that's what it is.
All right, no, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it clearly is. Luka didn't forget how to make shots, unless you think he did.
No, it's the style of play that they play. They play dumbass basketball.
That's 5 games, by the way. I'm just pointing out that he's been a lot.
Whoa! What did you just point out, Mars?
Luka's been a lot better on defense these first 5 games.
Oh, okay. I need the brotherhood to go back to them previous shows.
Yeah, shout out that brotherhood.
Go back. Shout out to the brotherhood. I forgot to give y'all shout out today. Shout out to the brotherhood. It's another member in here. I ain't saying who it is, but he want to join. So y'all see if he good enough. Shout out to the brotherhood, man. We got one more member in the chat who be hating. I ain't gonna say nothing though, but he want to be a part of this thing. So y'all get on that. But anyways, let's go back to the segment when I said Luka Doncic has been getting a lot better on defense, and the panel lost his damn.
I don't think we need to go back to that. That was such a
trauma.
Waste. No, it's no trauma. It's such a waste of time. it was the complete segment was a waste of time. Could have moved. The segment moved all over the place for no reason. But I agree that their scheme has definitely adjusted to account for Luka's inability to stay in front of people.
And he's also Swiper gonna do all that professionally and then throw a shot.
No, there is no shot.
He stayed in front of people last night.
Yeah, he did. And then when Şengün, I don't know what's up with Şengün either.
But he got a back issue right now. He playing through it. He'll be all right.
Yeah,
he trying to carry the contract, that back issue.
Man, look though,
same back issue he was dealing with a little bit last year. It's just it sparked up again in the Memphis game. He's been playing through it. I mean, that's what we want to praise, right? Playing through these minor pains and issues. He could sit out, but he playing through it. So shout out to
Şengün for real.
Exactly.
Yeah, but look though, the Mavericks issue is, like I was trying to say earlier before Ron went to straight ad mode on me. But the Mavericks issue is they the only team in the league who seems like their offense isn't evolving. It's like they're relying on the same tough shots that they made last year, the same way that they tried to, walk down the West, and it's like they're trying to try it this year. And my thing is, everybody is moving towards moving the ball, swing, except for them. And I don't get it. And it's like, now you wondering why Luka Doncic is struggling. And I'm not saying he forgot how to play basketball, but we can't be talking about is he dealing with an injury. Bro, we just came off the offseason where you shouldn't have been injured. Like, we talk about this every year. Is Luka Doncic going to come in shape? Is he going to lose weight? So just change the way they play, and maybe, like, they're talented. Let's change the style of play that they're doing because it's annoying. I don't want to see Luka Doncic dribble 85 times, throw the ball to Klay Thompson throw it back, dribble 85 more times, 3 seconds left on the shot clock, grenade incoming, blow up. I don't want to see that no more.
Did y'all see the snippet? Did y'all see the snippet on Klay talking to somebody on? I think it was a YouTuber about his last couple years in Golden State. I don't know if y'all saw that. It was a TikTok. Well, it was just he clearly had some trauma. It sounds like from just his overall experience, and I think basically his love for basketball had stymied a little bit.
Well, he had 2 career-ending injuries within a year of each other. And
but it was also the narrative around him too. He said he really struggled.
Of course, 100%. And there's a reason why they felt like that about you. So, I mean, that's if we had a player in the league, if Giannis tore his Achilles and then the next year he blew out his ACL, the narrative on Giannis is going to change. That would absolutely change about him. No doubt.
But it was the behind the scenes stuff, like the implications, like Clay doesn't want to come off the bench, he's selfish.
He shouldn't come off the bench though. He shouldn't.
Well, that's an ancillary point. I'm just saying that like he's selfish was the conversation, and like he owes the Warriors because they paid him even though he was hurt and all this other stuff. And then on top of that, when he was playing, people felt like he was overrated and this and that. But Clay was like, "Well, I'm averaging 19 points a game. I've won all this stuff here. Like I'm showing up. I'm rehabbing. I'm coming back. I'm doing this." He felt like I've literally like put everything on the line to try to show you all that I want to be here. And he got emotional, and I loved it just because it just gave, I think, insight to how like just the pressure of players wanting to actually they do care about what people think, like fans and stuff. They don't want to disappoint them.
They do. Yes.
But it's just I think that's where the disconnect comes from. Like, because if you care too much, Jordan, then it's like then you become like consumed by it.
That's why
and then you can't even be yourself anymore.
I've never bought into this logic. I've never bought into this logic that this dude don't care. This dude really don't care. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I think they do care. They definitely do care because they definitely do care because we all human. I think the way that you're built as far as like adversity, like if you can handle adversity in the worst way, they may not bother you, but you care. But it's just like adversity. Like shout out to the brotherhood. I don't really care when y'all be saying crazy stuff. I care enough to respond, but it don't bother me to a point to where I'm gonna cry about it or get depressed or down about it. But that's Clay. I think Clay's never dealt with that adversity besides people liking him. Now when people dislike you,
and rightfully so, considering where he's had that adversity with people disliking him because when KD got on that crew as a crew, not just specifically Clay, but that crew became hated, right? People
that's a little different though.
Right,
but they like you because you're good. They don't like you because you're now
good.
Bad.
Right, you are a part of it.
They dislike you because you're bad, though,
compliment, chill.
What? They dislike you because you're bad, though. Tell you that. They start talking crazy when you're bad.
But what I'm saying is with Clay now having the injuries that he had, maybe it was best that he did get out of Golden State. It was probably best for him to get out of there off the strength that I can still play. I might not be able to play like I used to, like 2018, 2019 Clay. I might not be able to do that, 2017, 2018 Clay, but I'm still viable. Now, do I think that he's an elite guard still? No, I don't think that. Do I think he still can knock down shots? Yes, I do. I do think he can still do that. He's never played in a system like this in Dallas, and with him never playing in a system like this, I expect it to be a transition.
What is their system though in Dallas?
Exactly what you just got finished talking about. Luka has the basketball in his hands the majority of the time. It's not what it is in Golden State with the ball moving and people moving and getting open looks and things like that. Luka is so used to him predicating the offense and him being responsible for everybody else's open shots. That's not what Clay is used to.
That's not at all.
That's not.
They about the only team in the NBA doing that too, man, bro. That's annoying as hell.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Clay this season, I think he's got 80% of his shots have been open, something like that.
85.
85% of his shots
Clay's,
have been open. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and regardless of all of that, Clay's still getting his looks, and he's getting open looks. Clay has nothing to complain about at all. You're getting shots, and you're getting open shots. Like Clay has a big role on this team.
Yep. I think this Dallas team. I'm not going to jump the gun on Luka, even though I think Luka over the last 2 games, I think he's shooting like 25% and 10% on the long ball. I'm not going to jump the gun on them, but there's some things that need to be fixed with that offense.
Man, Luka Doncic is approaching James Harden territory, bro. Like I remember when James Harden was really good, we got to the conference finals with James Harden playing like this, and then everybody kept saying, "You ain't gonna win like this," and then it was looked like we was just chasing that same high for the longest. Like, all right, James can take us there. James can take us there. He's so good. He's going to take us there. And then he don't. And it's not that it's James' fault. It's That shit don't work, bro.
Well-
that shit just don't work, man. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, you can't. Like, I always say this: the EuroLeague game is so beautiful because everybody's in rhythm. The ball's hopping. Everybody get a touch. You know you're gonna get a touch. But for me to run up and down the court 4 times, not get the ball, now you expect me to play defense. At the end of the day, we human. And at the end of the day, I'm Klay Thompson. At the end of the day, I'm not goddamn Dennis Rodman. I'm that dude. Give me the ball too. Like, let's figure this shit out. I'm not just your guinea pig. Hey, grenade. Hey, yeah, good shot, Klay. I don't want to hear that shit. Move the ball around, bro. Luka, after you pass the ball, can you cut? Your ass standing at the top of the key the whole time. That shit is annoying. Like, bro, he looks even fatter when he does that. Like, he already looks fat. He looks fatter when he passes the ball and just stand there.
No, I ain't say all that. Luka doesn't have a gut either. He didn't, he take his shirt off. He just got a little 1-pack. Just he just built
that
like
boy
that.
got a little blubber.
No, he don't. No,
Yeah,
none of James Harden didn't either. Y'all have no idea how unshaped these people are.
From one blubber boy to another.
Yeah,
that boy got blood.
You're petite, my bro. You need to eat more. So that's the difference. Is Luka actually take care of himself. You, on the other hand, you be out here. He be up at 3 a.m. doing stuff he ain't supposed to be doing, and that's why he don't be eating. Could he be too? By the time he get back from Candyland in Seattle, he don't feel like eating that no more. That's why he weigh 170 at 6'5". That's all I'm saying.
What street Ron be on at 3 a.m.?
What street? Tell him, Ron. What street?
All right, we're not gonna put your business in this.
He done already done that. What do you mean? He did it himself. He did it himself multiple times on the platform.
Mars, I can see, Mars, that the wheels are turning and you look like you had something on your mind, Mars. What's going on, brother?
Oh, is this the equivalent of every time Boston loses, we're going to say their style of play?
100%.
Is this what it is? Where every time Dallas loses, we're going to say Luka's style of play doesn't win?
Is that what Jordan said?
No, that's not what I said. I said Dallas. Dallas is playing the worst.
Either way it goes, like, he's just acknowledging that Luka has flaws. The same way with win, like that we can acknowledge that Boston has flaws too.
No, we
Whether
cannot.
they win or lose, those flaws are there. What Jordan said is 100% right. Luka is a ball hog.
Okay, so
he has the ball in his hands a lot.
Can you explain to me how Luka's time of possession is the equivalent as it was in his rookie year? It's actually the lowest it's been in 5 years, and we're calling him a ball hog. His time of possession is lower than Keontae George. Like, what? Like, Luka's playing off the ball way more now than he has in the last 5 years, and we're calling him a ball hog because they lost.
But no, that's not what I'm saying. I've been saying this all year. Like, when I watched him play, how Luka get his shots, boom, 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 boom. And then he passed the ball, and then he get it back, boom, boom, pass it, get it back for shot.
That's not what's happening this year, unless you only watched him play last night against Houston.
No, I watched him play before that.
What is happening, Mars?
Because you playing off the ball way more than he ever has.
I think they played Houston twice. Is that not?
No, once. They played the Spurs twice.
Luka's playing off the ball way more than.
This is why the brotherhood beyond you, Jordan, be yapping.
No, I'm not yapping. I like Luka Doncic off the ball. I'm not saying what Mars is saying isn't true. I'm saying that when you watch the meat and potatoes of the game, when you watch clutch point, you watch fourth quarter, that's what's going on. Maybe not the first, second, or whatever.
We did last night too.
But I don't hold the Rockets and the Mavericks on the same tier.
Why not? Chill does. No,
I'm not doing that.
I don't have anything to do with it.
A lot of teams' clutch time offense does devolve into get a favorable matchup for our star in a spot where we're comfortable and then go. The issue, the reason it's different for Dallas is because everywhere in the front court is a comfortable spot for Luka, so they don't have to do as much work to get Luka.
Hey, Pin, the brotherhood definitely ain't with you at all.
Everywhere, like the Suns do the same thing to get Devin Booker and KD where they.
They run more action. So
yeah, the difference is
look at Pin wanting to be in there.
A, aren't as good with the ball in their hands, and B, they're more comfortable inside the three-point line. You're gonna have to
look at him wanting to be in the brotherhood.
Would you focus, please, Swiper?
Ron, put the super chat up.
I'm sorry, Mars. I was listening to what you were saying. Keep going, Mars.
No. Ron is the host. He put something up for us all to look at.
As you were saying.
Okay, Mars, so I can't respond to Ron.
Mars, the last thing I heard was
that KD and Devin Booker are more mid-range players, so you're gonna have to draw up something to get them something downhill or 18 feet at the elbow, etc. Luka is someone who A is more comfortable outside the three-point line. B is more comfortable with the ball in his hands. So all you need to do really is get him a switch get him a matchup he likes, and then you play
disagree
out
with
of that.
that though.
I think
that
his style of play is going to be more conducive to that
but
than as opposed to someone else who needs the ball in a certain area.
But that's what I'm arguing though. But that's what I'm arguing. I don't like that style of play because he looks for it all the time, and it's fine when it works. When the ball drops, it works. Yes, they got to the finals. I just said we approaching James Harden territory. That was my whole point. Like we saw James do it.
What was James Harden territory?
We saw James look really good. We got to the Western Conference Finals.
We could get close, but we can't win.
Yes, and that's what it's going to look like. And we were injury away, a game away from going to the finals. But that's what I'm saying. It looks good. It keeps you on edge. Every time that shit lets you down, though. Every time it lets you down. Every time.
I feel like Luka is going to be Luka's defense. That's more of an issue than his offense. But
that was the same thing with James Harden too. That's James Harden territory.
That's what I'm saying. It's every time it lets you down. That's what I'm saying. It looks good for stats. And you know what? I was a diehard James Harden fan, and it took me so long to admit this. I didn't want to admit it. I'm like, no. This shit works. The numbers work. He's shooting this. He's shooting that. That shit let you down every time.
We went. So Jordan, your logic is
the 2016 Cavs won doing the exact same thing in the crunch time.
They got LeBron James.
No, don't say the play style doesn't work. Just say you don't think Luka's good enough to make it work. The 2016 Cavs.
I don't think nobody's as good as LeBron James to make it work.
Yeah, but the 2016 Cavs won doing the exact same thing in terms of hunting mismatches, setting up isolations on the perimeter for their two best guys, whether it's Kyrie or LeBron. That's how they operated in the clutch, and they won doing it. Luka Doncic is doing the exact same thing. So it's not the play style that doesn't work.
LeBron wasn't playing like James Harden.
Wait a minute though, Mars.
I'm not. And Luka isn't playing like James Harden. Calling him James Harden. If you're saying what you've seen from these first 5 games of Luka is the same as what James Harden was doing in 18, 19, 20, then either you're not watching or you are lying. It's not the same. It's not even comparable.
I think it is the same. I think it's been the same for the last few years.
Yeah, and
I don't think so.
It's different to the last 3 years. If you want to say last year, the year before was more comparable to James Harden, I get it. He was leading the league in time of possession, first and second, because Jalen Brunson's also up there, by the way. And no one says this about him. But Jalen Brunson.
I do. I say the same thing about Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, Luka, Trae Young, routinely are leading the league in time of possession since Jalen Brunson's got to the Knicks.
Sure.
If you want to say that, then cool. It was more like James Harden. When Luka Doncic has the ball the same amount of time as Fred VanVleet, I'm sorry, I'm not about to say he's playing like James Harden. I'm not about to do that. When his time of possession is the same as Fred VanVleet and less than Keontae George, I'm not going to say that
I gotta go.
Like James Harden.
I gotta go do another breakdown of the same thing. I can do it.
You can find the examples of the stuff you're talking about. The fact of the matter is, Trae Young has the ball 9 minutes a game. James Harden this year, 8 minutes a game. Cade, 8 minutes. Tyrese Maxey, 8 minutes. Dennis Schroeder, 8 minutes. Jalen Brunson, 8 minutes.
Mars, though. Everybody that you're running down, though, for the most part, most of those guys aren't on a team as talented as the Mavericks. And they don't have the same expectations as the Mavericks. Those other guys don't have a Kyrie Irving as well.
Okay, Luka Doncic has the ball for 6.8 minutes. Anthony Edwards has it for 6.5. Like, he's not that far apart from the other guys.
It's two completely different teams.
Hold on, though.
And also, needs the ball for 6.5.
Hold on, though, Ron. Also, this too, Mars. What? Hold on, because this is another thing. Like, you can say this, but this is another thing. When Luka passes the ball, where did he go?
Oh, he's not gonna move. Yeah, that's fine.
That's the problem, though. Like, that's a part. Like, okay, he don't have the ball, now he's out the game. Okay, so that's why those numbers, to me, sometimes those numbers can be like very flawed if you don't understand the context. Because if I pass the ball and I'm sitting like this, I'm not even in the game.
Well, Luka's actually set more screens this year than he has in the past too. But also, like, we're at the point where team Luka just being off the ball, and if he's spotted up at the hash, not even spotted up, if he's just standing in the hash, teams aren't leaving him because he's Luka Doncic. He's still providing spacing just by existing. Now, is he going to be Steph Curry?
You're in a way. I can't even drive that way.
He's not in the way. They're just playing 4
Yes, you are. Because if he's at the hash and I drive that way, if you're at the hash,
they aren't helping off Luka. They don't do it.
Which means
you can't help off of Luka. You can't help off of Luka. You don't help Luka like he's Steph. You don't treat Luka like he's Steph.
Yeah, sure, you can, but they don't. Theoretically, you're right. Theoretically, a guy squaring up at the hash when he doesn't have the ball and teams could just help off of him and he's not a threat. Theoretically, yeah, that's a problem. In reality, the world we actually live in, teams don't leave him. So he's still providing spacing. just by the fact that A, the best team's defender is still on him, and B, he's taking them out the game just by standing at the hash, and teams won't leave him because if you get the ball back to Luka and then you have to close out to him, now you've got Luka attacking a closeout and he's going to destroy your defense. So teams don't leave him, even if you think, oh, well, it would be better if he actually moved or he set a screen and slipped and got to the rim. Yeah, maybe that's
exactly what I'm saying, Mark.
And I
we had that same logic with James Harden. That shit don't work. That's what I'm saying. Like we had that same belief
before Chris Paul got hurt. Look, real close to working.
Yeah, exactly. It always get close and then it just let you down. That's my point.
What let him down was Chris Paul's hamstring.
It's always going to be something like that, and it's probably because of the style of play, how we doing this, how we doing that. It's always going to be an injury that lets you down.
The style of play is going to be hard to win with when you lose one of the 15 best players in the sport. Yeah, I agree. The Dallas Mavericks are going to win if Kyrie's unavailable in the playoffs.
But that's usually what happens, though. That's usually what happens.
That's not a point. If your point is this style of play can't work if you deal with an injury to one of the 15 best players in the sport, then I'm not going to lie. I think that's stupid. Because Dallas aren't winning if Kyrie gets hurt. No shit. Everyone knows that. But if Kyrie is there and available, Dallas have a shot to win. The reason they aren't going to win is A, because Boston are just clearly better than them. The same reason Houston didn't win is because Chris Paul got hurt and the Kevin Durant Warriors might be the best team
and then what about the next year? And then what about the next year?
When Chris Paul wasn't Chris Paul anymore? When Chris Paul had one of his worst years in
so listen to what y'all gonna do. Every single time we get to these numbers and how it plays, you're going to come up with a reason why it doesn't work. This person got hurt. Oh, Chris Paul's not the same. Oh, Kevin Durant is over there now. It's going to let you, from every single history, every single piece of information that we have, it leads up to this looks really good, and then the shit don't work. Why?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie. If a team's going up against the best team ever assembled and doesn't win, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, that style of play is just a problem. No, the problem is that this team has the best assemblance of talent we've ever seen. Yeah, and then game 7 with the Warriors were winning the whole time, then had the worst shooting luck we've ever seen. And then
it's always that, though. It's all that's my point. It's always that.
But the point
this is who was advocating for Luka's defense last week, by the way.
But Jordan, that has nothing to do with the style of play. It has nothing to do with
that. Yes, it does. Like I'm saying you can be successful to it, but every single time you don't win a championship, you're going to find an excuse. Every time we've seen it with Mike D'Antoni.
That's what it sounds
like. There's always reasons. Yes, there's always reasons.
It was the reason with the Suns. It was the reason with the Suns.
Yeah, the reason with the Suns is that Amari
reason with the Mavericks.
Yes,
always the reason. Okay, take Amari out. Put somebody else in there. You can't win the game with just your superstars. You have to have somebody else in there too. You have to have somebody else that can get in that system and that shit work. The Spurs shit worked for a long time. They had their system, it worked. Boom, boom, boom. Boston, it works. Lakers, it works. This system with Mike D'Antoni idea and these numbers don't work. I was a huge fan of it, and then I came to a realization is every time we get close, this shit looks very, very good in a regular season.
Not getting switched.
But something's gonna go wrong. Your logic is something's gonna go wrong. Something is gonna go wrong. But that doesn't have anything with the system, though, Jordan. The stuff that goes wrong.
So there's nothing goes wrong. There's nothing goes wrong with those other people that won a championship. Nothing went wrong with them. When the Lakers two-peated, nothing went wrong.
Boston lose games when their team can't make a three, and then you know what we do every time we come back on the show? Oh, it's unsustainable. How they gonna win if they don't make it? Every time a team loses and they don't play the typical style of play, it's like, oh, can they win doing this? The reason we're not doing it about Boston because they just won doing it. But guess what? Here's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm not speaking for you because I don't know what your opinion. But here on this platform and the internet, here is exactly what would have happened based on the finals last year. Because it was the battle of the James Harden philosophy, apparently, the Luka Doncic style, and the style of shoot nothing but threes and spacing, and you're going to shoot 63s a game. That was the battle. It was Boston versus Dallas. If Dallas won, everything would have been, see, you can't win playing Boston style of play. They're 2 3-point reliant. They don't have versatility. They aren't going to do
context matters, though, Mars. Boston had one of the most complete teams.
I agree. I'm not saying you would say, I'm saying the people would say you can't win playing Boston style of basketball. They're 2 3-point reliant. They're relying on guys to shoot 23s a game. They're shooting 53s. You're not going to win this way because they don't have a plan B, plan C, etc. And then when Dallas lost, it was, see, you can't win with Luka's style of play. He's too ball dominant. Guys aren't in rhythm. They can't do this, and this. This style of play doesn't win. Whichever way it was going to be, whoever lost, it was going to confirm the beliefs of the other system. When Dallas lost, it confirmed that the James Harden
disagree
style
with
of play
that, though.
doesn't work. But then if
Why?
Dallas
How
won,
you
all it
like
would have
that?
done was
Oh, I
confirm that the
disagree.
Boston style of play didn't work.
No, but
That's
I
what was
disagree
gonna
with
happen.
I disagree with the Boston. Like we talking about Boston style of play. Yes, they shoot a lot of threes. I'm not saying the shooting a three part. Don't. Yes, they shoot a lot of threes. Boston has one of the most complete teams in the playoff, bro.
One of the
Imagine
most
having
complete
Jalen
teams that
Brown.
does what, Jordan? Wait. One of the most complete
Yes, they
teams that
shoot
does
threes,
what?
but
Right.
bro, yes, they
And guess
shoot.
what? And not only do they shoot threes, did we not see a team win the NBA championship shooting threes? We saw that. So if they don't do it,
I'm not arguing that though. I'm not arguing, but that's not the argument though. That's not the argument.
100% it is.
No, it's not. That's not the argument. The argument is
doing that.
no. The argument. No, that's not what I was arguing. That's not. I never said that. The Warriors have shown us you can shoot threes and win championship. We've seen it. You can't win without it.
Unit.
Okay, exactly. That's my argument. The style of play that Luka Doncic has, he does not have a complete unit like Boston has. They don't have it. They flawed in a couple of places. So since they are flawed like that, you're going to heavily rely on your superstar to do everything.
Yep.
Everything, and it's going to look good. You're going to put up the numbers. You're going to play how you're supposed to play. It's going to excite everybody. When it comes down to it, something is going to let you down. That's what I'm saying. We've seen it with James Harden. We've seen it with Luka Doncic now. We've seen it with Steve Nash. Then they're going to say, oh, take this player, I'll put that player in. Then it don't work for the next season. Don't even come close. Take this. You're going to start interchanging pieces, and then you're going to come to the conclusion this shit don't work. Every time.
All you just said is they're going to lose to the better constructed team. No
Yeah,
shit.
so it don't work.
That doesn't mean the style doesn't work. That means the roster construction
No,
is wrong.
it works.
Mars, the style does not work.
Doesn't work.
It just doesn't. And you can come up here and try to cape for it as much as you can. It doesn't. You could try to say it's because I don't like Harden. No, it doesn't. That style of play, I don't. But I'm saying that style of play does not work.
Because the roster, Jordan just said, Luka's playing that style because the roster is flawed in areas that Boston.
Yes, it is.
Which would then mean that the style isn't a problem. It's the fact that you have to play that style because the roster is flawed. Which means
even if the roster wasn't flawed, Luka would play that way.
You're going to interchange pieces, and then one piece you take out and add another piece. And then you're going to say, damn, I thought this could work. That shit don't work either. All right, let's go try to get back to older guy. Damn, he's old now. It's always going to, bro, you have to damn near be 100% perfect for this shit to work. And it's just not going to be that way.
Not come up against the best constructed teams that we've seen in the last 10 years.
That's what you do to win a championship, though. That's what you do. You put together a team.
So I guess if James,
what could Dallas have done?
If the D'Antoni Rockets existed in 2015 instead of 2018, they would be champions.
Maybe we don't know. Maybe we don't know.
I disagree.
I'm not doing.
I strongly disagree.
Ron, are you going to sit here and tell me that?
Yes, I am.
In 2018,
bro, I disagree, bro.
That team in 2018, if they move them up 3 years, the way that they was playing, they don't beat that Cleveland team. That's what you're telling me,
bro.
Cleveland?
You don't know, bro.
He said 2015.
Yes.
He said 2015.
I'm a huge.
No, they don't beat the Warriors.
Oh, shit, they beat the Warriors.
We are talking about styles of play. We're talking about styles of play. That Warriors team probably played the most cohesive and beautiful brand of basketball that we have seen this decade. Lovely
Their
defense was on point. Everybody, off-ball defense, on-ball defense, everything was firing on all cylinders. Offensively, they moved without the ball. They moved the ball. They had two of the best three-point shooters. Actually, the two best three-point shooters that the game has ever seen. They had a deep team. They had every piece that you potentially needed.
Offense in 2018. Where was Houston at in terms of offense? Didn't they have, if not the best?
Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that.
I don't give a damn about those analytics and this, that, and the third. I'm talking about what the hell I watched in the players in the system. That's what I'm talking about. You guys can throw those numbers out there all you want. I'm talking about an offense predicated on Steph Curry on the ball and off the ball. An offense predicated on Klay Thompson moving without the ball and one of the best snipers. You had Harrison Barnes doing what he was doing off the ball. You had Draymond playmaking, facilitating. This is when Draymond was actually shooting. This is when Draymond was a scoring threat. You had lob threats. You had Iguodala coming off the bench doing what he was doing. You had Shaw Livingston cooking in the mid-range. He was unstoppable. You had the Brazilian blur, Leandro Barbosa coming in and turning up. That team was amazing. That team was crazy. The Houston Rockets are not beating them. Say what you want. They were a better defensive team. They were a better offensive team. They were a better coach team.
Bro, you
they had
always
better
want to get close, and that shit
They
gonna
had
let
the
you
best
down.
player. Hey, and say what you want about James Harden. I want that Steph Curry as my number one option over James Harden. Say what you want. He can be a more talented offensive player. Cool. But just like we're saying about Luka Doncic, he's not going to move without the ball. He's going to be a heliocentric player. He's going to shoot them dumbass step back threes. He's going to have inconsistent game. And when he gets to the meat potatoes, he's going to choke. He's going to choke on it. Hey, like Zion's favorite person in the world. He's going to choke on it.
This is the same dude that just saw the Golden State Warriors, who had Kevin Durant and just Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. They had them in the chokehold with this system.
And then what happened, Chill? And then what happened, Chill?
Choked on it like Zion's favorite person.
No, you know what happened? They went 6 for 27 on threes. That's what happened. They also went
choked on it like Zion's favorite
They also went 6
person.
for 27 from 3, though. Chill.
Who is that?
That's
Who
what
are you
I'm
referencing?
saying.
The
The
person.
porn star. That's who he's talking about.
The corn star. You can't say that.
We actually.
But look, but look though, Chill. 6 for 27 from 3. That's what I'm saying.
The system was working. The system was 100%
until it didn't.
Until it didn't. Right, sure. But you need some things to go your way, and some things didn't go their way. They started missing shots.
That's what I'm saying. Why do the Rockets need something to go their way, but you got teams who went on dynasties where everything went their way with their system?
So the Golden State Warriors in 2015 had some things go their way. Kevin Love went out of the lineup.
They always did.
Kyrie Irving went out of the lineup. No,
they always did, though.
Next year, they didn't go out of the lineup the next year when they lost. That didn't happen, which means in 2015 they had something go their way. They
added a guy. Look, perfect example. They added a guy like Kevin Durant. They won.
All year long, missed 27 straight long balls. That didn't happen. Are you sitting there telling me that was inevitable? Are you sitting there telling me that at some point that was going to happen?
Yes, because it's basketball and there's too many factors that can move that number line. Yes, too many factors move that number line.
No way. With that kind of unit and what they were doing,
basketball, in
55 games that year. James Harden was arguably the best player in the league that year. When you're talking about a guy who can score with anybody, not just score with anybody, he was one of the better distributors in the game. And you had Chris Paul, who was still a damn good defender on the wing. You had Trevor Ariza, who was one of the best defenders on the wing, still at that point. You had one of the better sharpshooters in the game. And what is the kid's name that plays in Philadelphia now?
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon. You had one of the better sharpshooters in
Trevor
the game.
Ariza and Eric Gordon. I'd be like, you got to tell me when it comes to this Rockets team. Trevor Ariza and Eric Gordon and Clint Capela. I'd be like, stop. PJ Tucker. I'd be like, well, you got that's the most overhyped team ever in the history of basketball.
If that talent is so trash, how did they get to Game 7?
And win 65 games that year.
Okay, I agree, but what I'm saying,
overhyped team in the history of basketball.
I don't think they were overhyped. I don't think they were overhyped. I just think that system. I want to be this believer, bro. I used to have these arguments all the time with these same numbers. Yeah. This gonna work. Then I came to realize, goddamn, this shit don't ever work. It don't ever work. Like it's always going to be a play. It's been tried for 3 decades. For 3 different eras.
3 times. It's been tried 3 times.
The Suns, the Rockets, the Mavericks.
I'm saying the Suns did it. Is kind of they didn't, but
they had one player that generated most of their shots. That don't work.
And Steve Nash,
who generated most of the shots for the Lakers in the 80s?
Magic.
Magic Johnson, different. Yes, but he wasn't generating most of the scoring though. He wasn't generating most of the shots. You said Luka holds the power with both of them. He scores majority of their points and he generates it too. But because when he's not scoring, he's trying to find somebody to pass to. But when he doesn't have the ball, what does the Mavericks offense look like?
Who generated most of the shots for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
LeBron James, but when LeBron James don't got the ball, you got a guy like J.R. Smith, Kyrie Irving. You got guys that can create their own shots like Kevin Love. The Rockets didn't have that.
They had Chris Paul when he got hurt. Who generated most of the shots?
I just named
who generated most of the shots for the Denver Nuggets?
Jokic. Yes, but their style of play.
Who generated most of the shots for the Warriors in 2022?
Draymond.
Draymond.
So in the 2022, Golden State team. Draymond generated more shots than Steph.
Draymond generates most of their shots all damn like the whole time.
When Draymond Green was getting benched because they were playing drop coverage at 6.
Was Curry?
This is the thing.
Was
When
Curry?
we talk in generalities,
I'm talking about 1 or 2 games, though.
When we start talking in generalities, people start getting cooked. Watch that 22 team. What
Right.
happened? They took away Draymond's playmaking because they were trying to take it away by playing drop on Steph, and Steph was having to be the one creating most of the offense. So I'm gonna ask again: in 2022, not the Warriors dynasty, in 2022, who created most of the Warriors offense?
Andrew Wiggins.
Sounds like Curry.
Bro,
Sounds like Curry.
Okay. And in
and this is why I don't like. This is why I don't like those numbers, because if Luka Doncic shoots the ball early in the shot clock, that don't go into his time of possession.
One number this whole time. In 2015, before Draymond Green was being used as a point forward, go back and watch the 2015 Warriors. This is before he was being used as a point forward. Who was generating most of the Warriors' offense in 2015?
James Harden.
The Warriors.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, the Warriors.
Yeah.
Curry.
Okay, so I've given you the Warriors, the Cavs, the Warriors again, the Nuggets.
Context. Put context behind it. Put context.
Oh, now the context matters.
I've been giving context the whole time.
Oh, it's excuses.
No, I've been giving context the whole time. I've said that. I've not
excuses.
I have not disagreed with you. I'm saying the context matters from the stats point of who generated the offense. But there's also guys. But there's also guys who generate all the shots for the Warriors too, besides Steph Curry. There isn't guys that generate stats for the Rockets. No, besides Chris Paul that 1 year, that was it. That was it.
Besides maybe one of the 5 best playmakers in the sport. Duh, what the fuck? What?
All right.
What you expect? Right. Oh, yeah, they had James Harden.
All right, bro. We're gonna have this conversation. Bro, we're gonna have this conversation in 10 years.
Guys, no one did it.
All right, bro. We're gonna see it, bro. Okay, guys.
2 of the 5 best playmakers in the sport. But
bro, that shit is annoying. Y'all strictly denying that shit don't work.
Yeah,
so many players have came out and said,
Mars, I didn't know you were part of the brotherhood. This is
still
disgusting.
saying that this does not work.
For it not working,
y'all are falling on hope.
No,
y'all falling on hope, bro. And that shit don't work.
Is that they lost one of the 5 best playmakers in the sport?
It clearly doesn't work.
Then they went on the
clearly doesn't work.
Yeah, if your reasoning for it not working is they didn't have enough playmakers because they only had James Harden and Chris Paul, then they lost Chris Paul, which was an unforeseen circumstance. So they
Chris Paul is still without a ring. James Harden is still without a ring.
They lose one of the 5 best playmakers. So they lose one of the 5 best playmakers in the sport.
And then they traded one, right? Why did they trade Chris Paul?
Because he wasn't the same in 2019 after the hamstring injury. I told you.
That's the part we skipping over. When it don't work, we roster reconstruct. Add another piece. Shit still don't work. Blow the fucking team up. Let's start over. Let's start over with Philly. Let's start over with Philly. Go get James Harden, put it with Embiid.
And it's not just the Rockets. He's right. It's not just the Rockets. It's everywhere James has been. It hasn't worked.
Let's go through it.
Including OKC.
Okay, so but we're talking about this style.
But he's the system.
They tried that same style of playing Philly.
He's the system.
Now we're making it about James Harden. The point was
it is. He's the system.
The point was about this style of play. James Harden didn't play this style in 2012, so that point is irrelevant. He didn't play this style in OKC. He didn't play this style with Kevin McHale either. He played like a more typical shooting guard. So even him losing isn't this style of play. So that point wouldn't help you. The only time in which he played this style of play would be the D'Antoni era from 17 to 2020. 2017, they didn't win for a variety of reasons. Some of it is they didn't have the second playmaker that Jordan's been.
No. Trevor Ariza went 0 for 10. 0 for 10. Don't forget that. Trevor Ariza went 0 for 10.
Part of it is they actually didn't have a second playmaker. Part of it, they just didn't have a second star. Part of it is James Harden played like trash in that elimination game against the Spurs. And part of it was inconsistent shooting from their role players. 2018, they add one of the 5 best playmakers in the sport in Chris Paul. They have the best offense in the NBA. They are playing fine. They are now in game 5 against the Warriors. Chris Paul gets hurt. They then play game 6 without Chris Paul. They lose. They play game 7.
I think they was up double digits both of those games and lost.
I know they were in game 7. I can't remember game 6.
Game 6 too. Lost both of those games.
I'll believe you. I'm not about to tell you wrong. Game 7, they're now in that game. They're winning at halftime. They're up 11, I think, or 9.
Yep.
Then they go on the combination of no secondary playmaker, just James Harden, and the combination of they can't make a 3. Eric Gordon can't make a 3. James Harden can't make a 3. Trevor Ariza can't make a 3. Gerald Green can't make a 3. All of that in combination. Then you've got what the refs had going on, but I'm going to leave that one out for today.
I would agree with that, the refs part.
So you got the refs, You got the coldest shooting streak in NBA history. One of the 5 best playmakers in the sport being hurt. All of that in combination to lose Game 7 by 9 points. And that's the evidence that style of play was the problem.
No, but this is the point that I'm making, though. No.
That's proof that the style of play is the reason they lost.
Wait, hold on. This is the point I'm making.
Jordan, this is the last point, and I gotta get to these.
Okay, cool.
So go ahead.
Okay, because we talk about Chris Paul being hurt, right? And then we talk about how atrocious they shot. If Chris Paul was there, we wouldn't have used him for playmaking. We'd have been using him to make buckets because they got shots, they just wasn't making them. So Chris Paul would have had to be in there to get a bucket. It ain't about, oh, we missed our playmaker. No, it's about Trevor Ariza went 0 for 10. So you know what the next year they tried to do? Replace him with Carmelo Anthony. Because surely the numbers tell us if, Trevor Ariza don't go 0 for 10, we probably will be in this game. So let's not pay Trevor. Go get Carmelo Anthony because we know with this system it should work. And then it don't fucking work. And now we both look dumb as hell. Then replace Chris Paul, go get Russell Westbrook. Because surely if we put Russell Westbrook in this pace, the way he plays, it's going to work. And then it doesn't work. And now we look dumb as hell. Now let's get rid of James Harden.
Now in 2020 as they did in 2018.
In chat, you guys are mad right now because we are saying that a style of play that has not won a championship
and they try to interchange the pieces and it shit still don't work.
You guys are mad at us because the proof is in the pudding.
Just because something hasn't won, it doesn't mean it can't win.
Okay, but to this point, it hasn't worked.
Exactly. That doesn't mean it can't work.
I don't think, and I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to work with Luka Doncic.
That's why we've been disagreeing. We understand why we're disagreeing. We understand.
Okay.
We've been having an argument for 30 minutes. Everyone understands what the disagreement is.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm saying
the proof's in the pudding.
Yes, and I'm saying
I disagree with everything.
Hold on, Mars. This one, and I'm not saying that.
When is it going to work, Mars?
That's what I'm saying because you would think.
I don't even know who's still trying it.
Hold on. Because you would think if Trevor Ariza go 0 for 10, surely everybody in their right mind would say, "Oh, Carmelo Anthony. We know how good of a player he is. Let's replace Trevor Ariza with Carmelo Anthony." Shit don't work. Don't work. We know how good of a player Russell Westbrook is. Sure, he can generate shots. Like Chris Paul can. Take Chris Paul out and Russell Westbrook. Don't work. Sure, let's just add John Wall. James Harden don't even want to play this shit no more. Get rid of his ass. He go back to his boy in Philly and don't work either.
The 2020 Rockets didn't play like the 2018 Rockets. They went to
not only that.
Mars, it's not so much. Part of it is that style of play, but it's more so the style of player too. James Harden, Luka. I'm saying not only am I saying the D'Antoni offensive style of play, but also just that type of player.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't give you good defense. I don't give you good effort, and I shot chuck.
No, it's not even that. It's just what he does when he doesn't have the ball. What he does when he doesn't have the ball. It's like
confident that Carmelo Anthony was not. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the cheap seats. I'm 100% confident Carmelo Anthony was not on the same page with Mike D'Antoni in New York. So now what you want to do is the example that you bringing up the example of now Mike D'Antoni is going to bring Carmelo Anthony into Houston, and now this is going to work here. When it didn't work in New York with those two guys.
It wasn't Mike D'Antoni, it was Daryl Morey who thought he could do it. It was Daryl Morey.
Hell no. There's no way that you could have thought that, considering what you just saw in New York.
Daryl Morey thought it. He thought that. That's what he thought. That's exactly what he thought.
With the system and Carmelo Anthony. That had nothing to do with it. No. I know we got to move on, Ron.
All right, that was my point, though, Chill, that you just made, though.
You could throw Carmelo in there too. This is the reason why Carmelo ringless. I'm saying that type of player. I shot chuck. I don't play defense. I'm bad off the ball, and it's certain little things I just don't do. It's a reason why all these guys are ringless. Luka up to this point, which is obviously early in Luka's career.
I'm the bad guy.
Allen Iverson too.
Allen Iverson the same way.
You can throw him in there.
And we always going to say, add this. We all, as fans, we love to say, surely if we add this superstar with this guy, it'll work. And then they get on the same team, and we like Dame and the goddamn Bucks, Dame and Giannis. Surely if we add this guy, surely if we do this, surely if we do that, and then when you do it and the shit don't work. They thought the same thing with the Heat. I just want
to make sure we're all on the same page here, right? So I don't think they will, but if Dallas win, what's going to happen? Are you guys going to say I was wrong, or are you going to say Luka changed his game?
No, I would say I was
I
wrong.
mean,
I
we
was
can't say he
100%.
changed his
I was
game
wrong.
if he didn't change his game. If he's still
If
doing
he
the
didn't
same
change
thing,
the game,
like,
yeah. If he didn't change the game, I would say
Not
I was wrong. I don't have no problem saying I'm wrong about that. I would actually give Luka a lot of credit because that is extremely hard to do. To win it that way is extremely hard to do. I think there's another way that they can win it while Luka Doncic can still be great. But what he wants to try to do is be ahead of the curve, start some shit that he don't have to start to win a championship. He does not have to play like that to win a championship. He don't have to play like that to still be great, to still be one of the best players to ever play. But he wants to try it. Go ahead. If he does, give him his flowers. He'll go down as one of the best players in NBA history. I promise you.
but Mars, to answer your question, if Luka does win a championship playing like this, I'm gonna say Kyrie carried.
Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna do that, Mark.
And then I'm gonna ask you who got injured on the other team.
There's always going to be injury.
It's always gonna be injuries. Injuries. I'm saying when there are injuries, like when Iguodala was injured and the Rockets still couldn't beat their ass. It's like, goddamn, bro. It's like, damn.
Iguodala's injury to Chris.
No, I'm just saying that Iguodala was a pivotal piece. When this is the first time I ever like celebrated when the guy was hurt. I'm like, oh shit, Iguodala not playing? Oh, we gonna beat him, and then they can beat our ass. Clay and Steph went dumb on us, and it was like, damn, Iguodala didn't play. Why the hell we can't still beat them? But let's say Trevor Ariza don't play or Daniel House don't play. That shit tear up the Rockets' whole strategy, whole system. Shit gone.
All right, y'all. Got to get to these super chats. I'm gonna get through these fairly quickly, so let's make it happen. We don't got to comment on everything.
Let's do it.
MP13 said, "I'm stuck on Jimmy having one good series in the playoffs during those Heat runs, and then being mid the rest of the run. For people to just lie and pretend that he's the main reason for their success."
That was not the case in 2022. He had a great playoff run until he had an injury in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then he missed a game in that series, and then he was great in the first and second round, and multiple games in the Eastern Conference Finals as well. And had he hit that three-pointer, then they would have went to the NBA Finals against the Warriors in 2022-23. And then he also was really good in the first round versus the Bucks. He was good as he initially started the Knicks series, turned his ankle, and then he was actually still good versus Boston. And then on the other end, he was, just not the same versus the Nuggets, but they just didn't let him do anything other than like post up, and like he just didn't have they limited him. Yeah.
Kareem Miles said, "Love the show. Curious to see about you guys' takes on who's the greatest six man right now and all time is. Would Manu be higher on everyone's list if he was a starter on a different team?
Well,
who's the best six man now?
He wouldn't be.
We did that. We did this not too long ago, didn't we?
Now Malik Monk, in my opinion, and all time is Manu Ginobili by far.
All right. Hunter said that 2018 Rockets team would bitch the entire playoffs and would not be close, and it would not be close. Steph in 2015 wasn't sniffing harder than 2018.
Sounds good. Until that shit don't work.
I would love to.
Bro, nobody's more of a diehard Rockets fan than me, bro. I used to be pissed off when they lost. Like I'm talking about, like wouldn't talk to people. And I was on the same hill as Mars. I was a young dude, same hill. Yeah, this works. Oh man, look at this. James Harden Cole. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because of this. And then the shit don't work. And I done came to an old man and I done realized it maybe one day I'll see it. I hope I do, but it's very hard to do. That's all I'm gonna say. This style of play is very hard to do.
I mean, it's hard to win anyway. I think it's fine to just say that some people are luckier than others in sport. Like I don't think that's a bad thing. Some people just
good enough.
Some people just have more fortune on their
$50 super chat, Ron.
Being good ain't good enough.
You would agree.
Full Metal Quirk said, "Dub show, dub panel, dub chat. Shout out to the cartoons and anime talk. Did Jordan not watch the cartoon Pro Stars with Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson?"
I think I did. I think I did. I don't remember it being what it was called, but I think I remember Wayne Gretzky and Michael Jordan on the same show. Definitely.
Jordan, I'm just telling you now, Jordan, that it's an underground, not well kept secret how large the anime community is, and it spans every sector of life. So I'm telling you, if you ever want to get involved in a business, a black anime content creator is like you're
my homeboy, he a huge anime fan. Huge anime fan.
Plainston became a member today. Shout out to Plainston. KT sent through a members chat. He said, Jordan, you are also using other reasons to make your argument. It doesn't work.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was using context throughout the whole time. I wasn't saying that Mars' reason that that they didn't win wasn't valid. There are valid reasons. I'm just saying that's the point. The only thing I argued the context on was the stats. That's the only thing I was talking about. Like he said, Steph was the primary playmaker, and I'm just saying they had other guys doing that. That's all I was saying. I wasn't trying to move the context. I wasn't actually disagreeing with Mars either. I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm agreeing that there are things that factors to why you're gonna win. I'm just saying you're gonna get tired of saying that shit. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna get tired.
I'm never gonna get tired of using context.
I thought that too.
Suge SG became a member today. Shout out to Suge. Dookie Blaylock sent through a member chat. He said, Chilltown, was that Giannis 21 ring a fluke? And can you define fluke for some of the goofies?
I don't think that 21 ring was a fluke. Because if that 21 ring is a fluke, then the 19 ring was a fluke. The 88 ring was a fluke. The 2014 ring was a fluke.
Is there another year
ring
you
was
can
a
point?
fluke?
If there another year you can point. See how Ron says don't deliberate, but he does it. Is there another year you can point to where like something like a toe makes the difference between winning and losing a series, like an actual like series like that?
A toe,
something that small, like that small.
Something that's small. Okay, sure.
Yes.
And yes, I can. And I go back. The one that I think about the most in 1988 when Bill Laimbeer fouled Jabbar. That was not a foul. No, that was not. They win that. The Pistons win that game and they win the series. If they don't call that foul, game's over.
Emmanuel 344 became a member today. Shout out to Emmanuel. We got some more members chats as well. And Eli the Misfit also became a member. Shout out to Eli the Misfit. Y'all know the name. Multi Kenny gifted one Player's Choice membership. Salute to Multi Kenny, a legit Hall of Famer around these parts of town. Junte became a member as well. Ridge Matic said the Bucks should trade Dame and Giannis. It's over.
Well, Ron, when would you get there? What would the record have to be through 41 to get there? Or trading one of them at least.
Like Ron, it's January. Like today is January the 10th, and the Bucks are in 8th place in the Eastern Conference.
I'm not gonna lie. If like Doc Rivers' record right now, if they're 18-22, I'm not tripping. I'll come up off Giannis.
Oh really?
I swear I'll come up off
Giannis to the end of the season. I ain't coming off Giannis to the end of the season.
Yeah.
I'm making everybody else suffer.
Even if I don't do it right then, at that point, it's just kind of like, I mean,
But don't you think you would get? Don't
no.
you think you would get more for Giannis at that point? And if he, if it's a silent trade demand as opposed to a loud one in the summer, you're going to get less assets in the summer than you would if it comes unexpected.
I don't think so. I don't think so because everybody's going to jump on it. Every franchise is going to jump on it. I mean,
Giannis going to tell you where he wants to go too. To be clear,
that's fine. That's fine. But I want to go into the next season with no distractions.
Well, that's just the way it works, Ron. Like you're trading superstars. I'm telling you where I want to go, and you're going to get your best deal.
Yeah, I'm not.
And not only that. Go ahead, Ron.
I'm just saying. Here's the thing: like teams like OKC, teams like Houston, these younger teams that got all these picks. That's who I'm hitting up.
No, but Giannis is not. But he will literally not do it. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
does he have
apparently Brooklyn on his list?
Hey, Mars. Hey, Mars. Giannis is available. Hey, Ron. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Swiper. Giannis, you want him? Who do you think I'm gonna get the better deal from? I can tell you who I'm not gonna get the better deal from. Not all of you dudes, because now you know that I don't have the leverage that I used to have. As opposed to Mars, I'm dealing with you. And you and we're quiet about this. We're not going to blow this thing up.
Nothing is quiet in the NBA.
I think that 100% it is. And I think
no, it's not. Nothing is quiet in the NBA.
And I think I'm more apt to get some of what I want from you, as opposed to now I got to hand him over to Swiper for a bucket of extra crispy.
But if he tells, but I'm saying, Chill, if he tells you that's
nothing
what I'm doing.
In the NBA.
And, but I think when
and let's say for the sake of argument, he does tell me that I want to go play where Swiper is. Swiper might not have the best deal for me, but
3-team deal.
But I got to deal with them now because I got to unload him. If I deal with Mars quietly, Mars might give me something, and then Mars may even add somebody else in where this works for all three of us. If I'm now limited to just Swiper, and then Swiper's going to get somebody else involved, and then it's going to work for him, this could be bad. This could be bad for me.
What's the most first round picks they could get? Is it 5, 6?
I think it's the collective bargaining agreement says 5.
Well, they're going to get 5, and they're going to get young assets. I don't know if this is going to happen.
But
That's
one
why
player though, not when you make a
hey, listen about the choir thing in the NBA. Doc Rivers said something a long time ago, and I think people don't pay attention to it. When you start hearing rumors about some shit, it's probably true. It's going to happen. So that's what I mean by it's not quiet. Like it's no. Well, they started this rumor about Giannis leaving about 4 years ago. 4 years ago when they was like, he's not going to stay there long. Like I've been in Turkey. When I was in Turkey, I knew a scout with the Lakers. He told me this 4 years ago. Giannis is going to. So that was
2021, 2020.
He told me this 2 years ago. My bad. He told me this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he said Giannis is going to force his way out of LA. Look, hell no, he like it there. Trust me, bro. He's going to force his way out of the NBA. Ron, they know about stuff years in advance. Like somebody said, was the cat trade quiet? No, it wasn't quiet. They knew that they were going to do. You didn't know. They knew.
That's the point.
Around the league knows. Ron, not the fans around the league.
How many people around the league knew that Drew Holiday was getting moved?
Around the league, I'm pretty sure they knew that. I'm pretty sure they knew that.
Hell no. I mean, we're projecting on what they knew. We can't prove what they did and didn't know. But
and I know I got to get back to these member chats, Jordan.
Oh, go ahead.
Look at the host.
MTail22, y'all know MTail. He said, losing your stars for weeks hurts, man. He's talking about Paulo Banchero. He has a torn right oblique muscle, and he'll be out, 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, that's
he'll be evaluated in 4 or 6 weeks. So we're looking at least 2 months.
Man. Well, praying for a speedy recovery, Paulo. Enjoyed your opening 4 games. Justin has been a member for 7 months. He said, Mars, I want to apologize. Gary Trent does not play defense, and Bobby Portis is indeed bad at basketball.
You're forgiven. It takes people a little bit longer to realize the things I've been realizing for a year.
Jamaica's Rosclot Choice said, what's the greatest heat check in history?
That's a very hard. That's very freaking hard.
I like seeing that clip when Kyle Korver go make like 4 or 5 in a row in like a minute. I think that's cool. But
the heat check, I thought you talking about like the heat check. Like I didn't make 5 in a row, and then I'm coming down and just jack a shot. Like that's usually a heat check.
Oh, LeBron after he make 1-3.
Oh man, I'm not in that.
Didn't he have 10 last year?
It got to be Steph though. It definitely got to be Steph.
It's something with Steph. It's something.
Got to be Steph.
Maybe Clay.
But sometimes Clay be doing some crazy things.
But Steph is just incredible.
So when players haven't been worthy of the heat check, but they still believe, like they'll make one shot and then they start shooting from the logo. That's my favorite heat check. Not when you've made like 4 or 5 in a row and then you try like, nah. I want someone irrational heat checks. Those are my favorite heat checks.
Yeah.
Keys said the best power forward is out for at least 4 weeks, but if Franz and Jalen is healthy, we'll be all right. Jonathan Isaac time.
Jonathan Isaac time. Facts.
Jonathan Isaac, man, he just keeps getting hurt, man. That shit's disappointing because I really like Jonathan Isaac, but damn.
No, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Don't worry. We'll be all right.
Antonio Fry said, my boy Ja owned them Bucks last night. Also, Wemby 5x5. In case you don't know, Wemby had at least 5 in blocks, steals, assists, points.
He's saying he's done it twice. He's done
it twice, but it is 2 o'clock too. So,
America's White. He's averaging a 5x5 once every 38 games.
So, man, Wemby want to play goddamn shooting guard, bro. That shit is annoying too now. That shit is getting really annoying.
It's entertaining.
Styles Blackman said, they said Adrian Griffin didn't know what he was doing, and the players didn't like him because he wanted to trade Portis. Well, looky.
I feel that.
He was just trying to change their identity, and I guess they weren't feeling it.
They needed identity change now. They had an identity crisis.
They've been saying for a year, we have no identity. I mean, he was trying to give you.
They fired Bud for no reason. They was talking about firing Bud, and then he win the NBA championship, and then he lose next season, and he get fired. That shit dumb as hell. How you fire a guy after you win a championship?
Styles Blackman with another super chat. He said, nah, Ron. Leave my rook out of this. Ryan Dunn is already spoken for.
I think he'd be the rookie of the year if it was right now. After 5 games, I think he'd be the rookie.
Yeah, he would be.
Wouldn't be mad at that.
Him Steve-O said, Mars, have you been watching the Warriors? Jonathan Kuminga is a great defender.
There's no way you believe that. There's just no way.
MP13 said, yeah, but Chill is saying Lillard like he's producing like he used to. This is the second season of him playing like he forgot how to operate a pick and roll.
No, he actually is producing.
I don't agree with that, but
he 100% is operating on pick and roll.
Damian Lillard's ability in the pick and roll has been the problem, but whatever.
The Trib 1 said, start DeLon at the 2, Bobby at the 4, try to find a package for Trent and Lopez, maybe Miles Turner. That's a start. Then Giannis and Dame carry the Bucks in 7. Well, Bucks in 6.
Starting Bobby Portis equals losing. I don't know what to tell you. He needs to be off the team.
Mars really hate Bobby Portis.
No, he's just not good. I don't hate players who aren't good. Like I'm not mad at them for not being good. They're just not good. Like I'm not like, oh, I hate you because you're not good at NBA basketball. Like, no, I don't care. Just not good.
Darren Faust said Peyton Pritchard is the leader for 6th man of the year. At least 4 threes made in 4 out of the 5 games played this year. So far, 47% from 3 this year so far in 10 3-point attempts a game. He's shooting 10 threes a game?
10 threes a game is crazy, bro.
They're shooting almost 50 a game.
I know. I'm just saying it's crazy.
20% of them?
Hey, Wemby damn near shoot 10 now. Wemby shot 10 threes last night. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
He shot 13, I think. 4-13.
Yeah, bro, that's ridiculous what Wemby doing, man.
Leaf Diggy said, Ron, why are you co-signing these light-skinned point guards? What's going on with you? Halliburton, Trey, LaMelo, now Scottie Simpson Jr.? What you doing, bro? Hey, they all got go. I don't discriminate. If they was white, I'd be co-signing them too. If they was Arabian, I'd be co-signing them as well.
Yeah.
MP13 said, Swiper, you gotta watch them Perfect Blue or Akira, then the misconception will get cleared up. All right. Adam West said, real niggas remember Cyber Chase. Y'all remember Cyber Chase?
I don't.
Nope.
Not real niggas then. Nick Tri-State said, Giannis will be in Miami by the year's end if the Bucks don't turn it around. Hashtag bold prediction.
I don't these young kids don't want to go to Miami no more. They don't want that damn discipline on their life no more. They want to live free, live carefree.
The team that stay beating them. Interesting.
Giannis is going to the Lakers, bro. Let's just get this shit clear. He going to the Lakers. They about to send Dalton Connect over there. They finna hype Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves over there.
Giannis to the Lakers? Hell no. We ain't done with that. No, we ain't doing that.
I'm here for Giannis on the
They about to send Giannis to the Lakers. I'm just saying. A little birdie told me a long time ago.
Giannis and AD?
A little birdie told me a little birdie told me a long time ago Giannis was going to the Lakers, bro. It's the door wide open. They about to let the GD in the door. I'm telling you, wide open, bro.
Adam West said Cam has shown that he's a shot chucker. That's why that's what he's shown Jordan. Jordan Poole is over Jalen Green, who's over Cam shot chucker.
I guess. I think the same thing about Jalen Green though. So I mean, I guess we just unclear on my stance on Jalen Green. I think he's a shot chucker too.
Merry Christmas.
All right, chill.
Later, fellas. I will see y'all.
Let's see how many more we'll get through. Jesus.
Himmy said Pat Connaughton and Prince are the same. One's just taller and has melanin. Mediocre at literally every basketball skill. Also, Dame is a mediocre passer.
Pat Connaughton is bad at everything.
Boy, they was just talking about Pat Connaughton like 2 years ago, like he was the savior. So I mean,
he was
narratives
cool
be
2
tripped.
years ago. Oh no, he just fell off a cliff. He was cool a couple years ago. Like he was decent, but that bottom of the East, damn.
Trash.
Himmy said Dame only elite as a pick and roll scorer, mediocre passer. He can't create for other big rollers because his screen use is getting his buckets. Can't make difficult reads.
I'm not that really sold on Giannis being a playmaker, a read guy, like y'all love to say, like, oh, he make this read. I don't think that's ever been his game, to be honest with you. I think he just played basketball and got some assists because he knows how to play a little bit. He know how to hit the open man, but having him make a read and manipulate it like he Ja Morant or Chris Paul, y'all overthinking that shit. That ain't gonna happen.
That's why I said I'm taking Trey over him. Y'all got mad at me.
I disagree with you on that one though.
Y'all got mad at me because the playmaking gap is night and day.
Oh, you talking about Dame? You talking about Dame? I thought you talking about Giannis and Trey. I'm about to say, hell no, I disagree with you on that one. But I'll take Trey. I'll take Trey over
Giannis.
Hell no.
Super chats, man. Super chats.
MP13 said, so the team that almost beat the KD Warriors loses to the worst Steph team before he could reliably self-create when he needs to?
I have no clue where that question is going.
Saying that the 2018 Rockets, who barely lost to the KD Warriors, would somehow lose to the 2015 Warriors, which is the worst team of their dynasty, is what he's saying.
I don't have time to break
basketball is not like that, bro. Basketball is not like put this team with that team. Styles make games. Just I got
the 18 Rockets, but we'd have to get into a whole
it's just too Styles make fights, bro.
Worldwide Mace TV said chill is to the panel what David Ruffin is to was to the Temptations. Shout out to the panel though.
Is that good or bad?
He's just basically saying chill's the lead singer.
Oh, okay.
David Ruffin got a little pissed off after a while now. He said we couldn't do nothing without him. Hey, I don't know.
Mo said Harden took the KD Warriors to 7. He was the only one. L hate.
No hate, bro. I'm a bigger Rockets fan than everybody in the chat, bro. Stop talking about I'm hating on the Rockets. That shit is annoying because I'm the biggest Rockets fan in the chat. Nobody was watching the Rockets like I was as a little kid, bro. And now. Stop it. I'll go back and break down film just for the fun of it. I don't want to hear talking about hate about the Rockets. Like, y'all stop saying that. Just shout out to the Brotherhood, though.
L Brotherhood. Before the episode, it was Dub Brotherhood. Right now, it's L Brotherhood. Tomorrow, it'll probably be Dub Brotherhood again.
Nah, I love y'all Brotherhood. Shout out to the Brotherhood. I'm # Brotherhood. I know y'all want to be a part of something. So these people don't know y'all in real life. So go ahead and join the hate train and jump on the Brotherhood. Hey, it's a lot of applications out there. Deontay, get on your job, bro. Deontay, you the president of the Brotherhood. I saw you sneak up in here today. I wasn't going to let an episode go without giving you a shout out. Deontay, get them Brotherhood brothers together.
DSG Piccolo said, why y'all think the Blazers didn't get more for Dame or trade the pick? I feel like we lost leverage when Dame went public with his demands.
Definitely did. That's what Giannis going to do, too. He's just going to put out his list. I want these
Giannis going to the Lakers, bro.
Giannis going to be like,
AD
I want these 3 teams, and then those 3 teams are going to be giving like the Bucks the cheapest deals ever because they know that those are the only teams that he want to go to.
That's whack as hell.
Hey, Giannis going to go to the Lakers. Giannis going to go to the Lakers just like AD found his way to the Lakers, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. It was almost far-fetched. That shit ain't far-fetched no more. Giannis going over there. Him and Thanasis. Nasty.
SMN RN. So wait. It's gonna be
Thanasis and Bronny in practice.
Bronny? Giannis and Thanasis?
Thanasis and Bronny in practice.
Man, T Nasty gonna give him a run for his money, bro.
Thanasis cooking Bronny, by the way.
For sure.
More pre-Achilles. I don't know how Thanasis is gonna look post-Achilles, but
he's still gonna be nice.
Hell,
his game fully predicated on athleticism. I don't know if he's gonna be the same. But...
Shout out T Nasty.
He's just so athletic he didn't have to show off the skill like Giannis at times. You know how that go. SMN RNDM said, can't watch the show, but gotta say, Mavs and in particular Doncic were so bad, didn't deserve shit. I feel the refs had a howler. It's a howler, but whatever. Still annoyed at how the calls went the Rockets' way.
The whole game. Our way the whole game. Oh
that's
my
what they
God,
trying to say.
That's cap, but whatever. Howler just means like a terrible, like a bad day. Like you had a howler. It's like you had a stinker. He was bad.
Got you. So the refs were terrible.
Yeah, and that's what he's trying to say. I agree, but I don't know. I don't think they were on our side the whole game, but that's besides the point.
No Cat Print said, Hornets about to upset the Celtics. You heard it here first.
Damn. That's one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
I think Brandon Miller back tonight.
Oh, you talking about tonight? Okay, you talking about tonight. Okay. Man, I'm in the regular season. Anything possible.
Can't wait to see B. Miller minutes. By the way, Chill and Ox will be on playback tonight. Y'all be sure to tune in. I got a few more super chats, and we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. MBRK, the Great, said, Ron and Jordan, the Trash Brothers.
Shout out to the Brotherhood. Hit up Deontay, see if you can get an application.
1K David said, terrible conversation. You can join the Brotherhood too, 1K. Mo said, L Harden hate, Dub Mars, respect my bearded goat, Ron. Never. Lee Mack said Castle in Sky is dope too. Y'all know Castle in Sky?
Oh no, I assumed it
No.
was an anime.
Pimp named Slickback said Nets own the Bucks pick this year. Let's go.
Top 4 protected. The Bucks gonna get Cooper Flag.
Rod said best backup point guard is Io, and it's not close.
Io nice, yeah.
I'm
Nice.
really not mad at that. Alan L says shouts out to Larsa Pippen for real.
We good.
Damn, bro. I'll pass. No comment, bro.
Slitherman said chill. You can't fix everybody.
Nah, I think the Bucks ain't tried what Chill said. Just get better, man. I don't know why they ain't tried.
Chris Code said kidnap Austin and Torian for ransom.
Austin who?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Cultured Bandit said the Suns need a competent big fast. The Suns need a competent big fast. Nurk sucks.
Nurk can help him Nurk can help him. I agree with him sucking in the regular season. He gonna help in the playoffs though.
Maybe.
Game slows down. He gonna help.
Ray Star said Mars. I'm moved by Jalen Green. 3rd team All NBA.
Yeah, we still got room to grow, man. Austin Rivers. We still got room to grow. We still developing.
Kidnap Austin Rivers is heat. I'm talking about that is heat.
Damn, so he said Torian Prince is Darvin Ham's son? Oh my god, that's crazy.
Junte said Shea needs to stop chucking threes. It looks so forced.
Sometimes he do that. Sometimes he does
Yeah,
that.
but I mean they're gonna win regardless. Why not work on your game? Yeah.
I guess so. They've been playing really good defense though. Really good defense.
Yeah, they can get away if they're in a close game, Shea gonna start chucking. I guarantee it. Unless they don't really care about losing a couple games. We'll see.
2K God said which division will create the best super team?
The Pacific.
Football Breakdown said we're gonna talk about Luka's gimmicky scoring, or
We spoke a lot about Luka.
we
Yep.
definitely did. Alan L with the last super chat of the day. He said, "Shouts out to JG, man. He went band for band with Luka.
Facts. He did. He was pretty much our only scoring down the stretch.
He shut that brotherhood up.
9.5 points in the fourth. 9.5 points in the fourth this year. He been hooping.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Be sure to tap in with Chill tomorrow. We will be on playback all weekend. Y'all catch up on Mars on Sunday, and we'll catch you on Monday. We out of here.
Shout out to the brotherhood. Shout out to the brotherhood. One time for the one time. Y'all do y'all thing in the comment section.